All right, guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. It's going to be a SFT tonight with TZEENTCH, the Changer of Ways. And hey, you know, if we lose, we have a built-in excuse that it was all part of the plan. So, first round opponent here. All right, so we got Khorne in the first round. Not sure about this matchup, actually. Wonder what tricks we have. I have some ideas. So, Creeping Swamps, Proving Grounds, or Border Low Landings. All right, let's play Border Low. Let's play Border. Yo. All right. So we're going to see what we can do here. Obviously, it's going to be Valkia, right? Most likely Valkia, maybe a Wrathbringer. Wrathbringers, I think, are restricted to one, so there can only be one of those bad boys. They're very tough to deal with. Very, very tricky. Yes. Smell frosted Nurgle flakes? Oh, God. Yeah, I still got a little bit of Nurgle's rot on me. A little bit. It's still lingering. You know when you get like a really bad fever, you get that like cough that kind of lingers for like a week or two after? And we're kind of in that ballpark right now. All right. So where the hell am I? What planet am I on? Okay, so we are playing TZEENTCH against Khorne, and the map is going to be Border Low Landing. So yeah, TZEENTCH has been one of the factions I've been wanting to pick up here. I've been pretty excited for it. So we're going to try and learn him. Let's see what we can do, man. How does the meta look these days? Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, I would say. Yeah, meta's in a fun spot at the moment. So I do think opening with mobility here is going to be kind of important. Now here's the other question. Do we just value trade? You know? Centaurs of TZEENTCH probably decent in this matchup. I think there's plenty of armor that they're able to bonk and get some good cost-effective damage in. It's 100% going to be Valkia, right? There's not really... I think she's just such a good lord in this matchup. She gives you something to contest the skies that normally is a little bit tricky. I don't have any flyers that can really fight Valkia effectively. I mean, maybe one of the big greater chickens could fight Valkia, but it doesn't seem super cost-effective. The Flamers are alright. They are alright. They could definitely be hunted, though. Now, I used to have a style in this matchup that was pretty forbidden, but I don't know if it would work anymore. Okay, so that's kind of a fun idea. Let's grab you. I'm going to try something that I think could be okay. So a little bit off the radar, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. Playing TZEENTCH Trickster Alert? Yeah, the Tricksters are coming. You just wait. Now, are we going to be dealing with Minotaurs? Minotaurs in this matchup, I feel like they're not too scary, right? We have like our shooting and our poke and different things like that. Yeah, we're playing TZEENTCH. Changeling into Felix, Aecold into Sorcerer. That is a pretty cool little combination. I certainly don't hate it. Okay. So as far as everything else goes here, I think a couple of those are going to be fine for just some battlefield control. Definitely going to want some Furies, I think. Changebringers are, I think, all right in this matchup. Valkia, though, is very effective at hunting them, so that seems a little bit sketchy. Just got to walk over with the chariot. Yeah, no, she is weak against the chariot characters, for sure. It is something I've noticed. Okay, so let's grab you, get this ability. We can cut that. Cut this, cut that, and cut that. Okay. So now for a Harry Potter. The Sorcerer Lord of TZEENTCH isn't a terrible choice either. Yeah, but magic against Khorne is always a little bit funky, you know? You don't really have, like, the best options. Yeah, not the best option. Aecold is probably not bad here, although I think he probably would have some problems against, like, Wrathmongers. Would be my guess. I think you'd run into a little bit of a tricky situation there. Let's actually try this. This is going to be fun. So we're going to try you out of the gates. Yes. Now, what other abilities do we want to do? Okay, I guess we could rock that, and I guess we could rock that. That's not terrible. The Book of Secrets Power Fantasy is real, but yeah, it's just too expensive. It's too expensive. Yeah, Khorne's got the big schemes, man. They're a good faction, and this player is a Khorne main, so I'm expecting all the scariness here. This is a matchup where you can get away with using like a chosen halberd, maybe. If you want to live the true power fantasy, I think that can work. Okay, so then we need a wizard of some sort. Metal magic's all right. What other choices do we have? I mean, Tzeentchian magic against Khorne, you have... I guess blue fire is decent for picking off models and whatnot. For metal magic, probably just bringing the armor down. Like going Searing Doom plus Plague of Rust. Glittering Robe is cute. It does give you some armor as well, but I don't know if that's going to be worth. Alright. Cool, let's cut all this. We're going to get you on that. That is a pretty cheap wizard there. Yeah, it's a pretty cheap little wizard. Okay, so do we want to use any Exalted Flamers in this matchup? Might be a little bit tricky to protect. The Minotaurs, though, I think we have answers for the Minotaurs. I'm not too concerned about them. I think you guys are going to like this build. I think it's pretty cool. Scarier than FPod playing Chinese yesterday? Dude, that was rough, man. Holy shit. He must... I don't think he stopped playing since the game... He's a killer, man. Yeah, he was crushing us yesterday pretty good. Okay, so let's get you in there. And then we need to find one more sweet spot. Yeah, let's get this guy. And this guy. What do we really need the Furies for in this matchup, though? You know? I'm not sure what we need him for. Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me something pretty important about the playstyle here. Okay. So we got to switch it up. Okay, I almost made a big mistake, but thankfully we caught it here at the last second. All right, so we're just going to do this. And we're going to do a little bit of this, put you on horseback, and grab that. Okay. So that will do, pig. That will do. That could have been unfortunate, but thankfully we did catch that. And he's on horseback. He is. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more probably on the ground here, I think. Yeah, that build looks all right, I think. It's an experiment, but hopefully it'll be a good one. The applications of that should be pretty nice, and let's try it out. Yeah, this is something I've been tinfoil hatting in the Khorne mirror, or not Khorne mirror, but in the Khorne TZEENTCH matchup. It's the second or third time I played it, but yeah. So how have you guys been? Have you guys been watching some tournaments over on Old Anticity's channel? I know he's been streaming a lot, which is really fun to see, and hosting as well. Remember when the Soul Grinder of TZEENTCH was just bugged in OP? Oh god, it was awful. Those were some rough times for sure. So loading into Borderlow Landing, we do have our chariot characters. We do have a Mutalith Vortex Beast because it's a cool monster, and I mean, in theory, it should be okay against Khorne, right? It should be good against the Wrathmongers. Should be good against a lot of them, including Valkia. Valkia is infantry sized. So maybe they'll be able to bully Valkia. It's going to be really funny if my opponent rolls up with like Scarbrand or something. That would be absolutely hilarious. But if you go Scarbrand and your opponent goes Air Force, you just lose the game. If they go like double Changebringer or something, or Changebringer up in the sky. I'm using this to procrastinate a fluid dynamics assignment. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. It definitely sounds like something I would do. No, I haven't escaped Nurgle's Blight yet. Yeah, I'm still afflicted by Nurgle a little bit. Yeah, it's been super troll. Oh my god. I haven't had a cold like this in like 5 years plus. So we got 2 chariot characters. An Exalted Hero, right? And then we're going to get the Marauder Man over there to the side. And we have a single Chosen as well. So Chosen are just going to make their way over to the side objective. And we're just going to kind of value poke a little bit. And then, you know, see what we can do. I do have a wizard in reserve, so I didn't come without a wizard. Although some people have argued that against Khorne it's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'm not going to do that here today. All right. The Mutalith Beast is a big risk. I'm nervous about it. That's my one thing that I think is like the one flimsy part of my build, but maybe it'll carry me. Who knows? Yeah, we're back a little bit. You know, Richie, we're going. Still not back to our like full schedule yet, but we will be. We will be. So in reserve, I got Centaurs, Forsaken, Screamers. Forsaken are pretty damn good. They're very strong, so. Okay, let's get you guys moving out this way. UD Beasts can hide in the trees. Yeah, Valkia. Okay. So these chariots, they have the Colossal Strike ability, which gives them anti-large. So I'm kind of like, if they end up fighting against a Minotaur, okay, it's mass infantry. Okay, that's good. That's actually very good for us. That's a good start. TZEENTCH's Trickster. All right, let's go, you know, do a little bit of poke here. Not seeing any mobility. I think we can take the Chosen to the middle. Yeah, and let's go ahead and get some Forsaken coming out as well. Although, no, we're going to need to contest the outside objective. All right, so we got to make sure we get that. And what do we got in the woods? Is it going to be some Khorngors? I think it's just one. Maybe just one? Yeah, it might actually be 2 based on what I'm seeing here. All right. So let's throw a little bit on these guys, go do a little bit of chariot charging, and now we do manage to get this. All right, so let's get the Marauders in there. Let's get you cooking, and we just focus the Wrathbringers. Okay, so those are going to be Blood Beasts of Khorne, I think, which are going to be a little bit scary. So let's charge in there with our chariot characters, have some fun, nice, and then we can jump on these guys, and outstanding. All right, so let's get in there. Get the chariot characters to continue feasting, and the Forsaken need to sprint over here, I think. Now we need to just run with you guys. Oh my god, look at the chariots doing so much damage there. It's pretty incredible. So yeah, the Mutalith Beast is getting a nice little Mortis Engine effect here, which is ideal. Need to get our chariot characters away if we can. A couple Fleshhounds are creeping. And if Valkia wants to attack us, you know, we can turn and fight with our chariot characters if need be. All right. So let's continue our poke. See if they want some, and the Mutalith Beast is going to need to fight here. Let's get the Chosen in there too. And yeah, those chariot characters, though, solid damage so far. Those are going to be Minotaurs of Khorne. Very, very frightening. All right, so Forsaken across. You guys come here as well. And hopefully we could just clean up this back objective pressure here real quick. I think that the Muty Beast can come this way now. Get away from the Khorngors a little bit. All right, so let's get you guys in there. See if we could chariot charge those. Call in some Screamers. Perfect. And yeah, Chosen should have that back objective on lock. They should. So far, the value trading is going pretty good, though. I would say it's looking cozy. So let's get our characters in there. Do a little bit of this. This is going to be Marauders of Khorne. And all right, so now it's time to cook. The chariot characters are going to be feasting. And on the back objective, we're looking pretty cozy, I do dare say. Let's get the Mutalith Beast in there to go help out a little bit. And Screamers can go jump on top of the Minotaurs with great weapons. And you guys can do this. All right, so back we go. Let's call out a Centaur of TZEENTCH. I think the Chosen might be able to hold that back objective. It's going to be a little bit dodgy, but we'll have to see. Let's get you guys in there. Perfect. So that's about as good of an anti-large fight as we get on those Minotaurs. You know, it's about as good as it's going to get. I think the Chosen are going to anchor this down, and our characters are doing great work. We could pull them over to help bunker bust this. Meanwhile, the Mutalith Beast can start really getting that drain going. Might have been a mistake to call it a second Screamer, but at least we're holding on to the back point. You know, that's the big thing here. All right, so let's do this. We're going to pop these debuffs here, go for the Minotaurs with our characters, and these chariot characters do have the scary anti-large right now. All right, so I'm not unhappy with this so far. Let's get some Zangors coming up, and the chariot characters can go after Valkia. Wrathmongers in there are a problem. Those guys are scary, but wow, we really rolled them up on the objective, huh? We sure did. Okay, Valkia's getting smashed by those characters. So they seem to be working pretty damn well. Let's get the Screamers to come over here and intercept these Fleshhounds. The Giga Chad Chosen are doing work, and let's get you guys on this. Yeah, so just keep escorting Valkia if we can. It's got to be very nice. And we're definitely in a winning position, I think. Didn't think this would work so well, but Valkia gets really punished by chariots. Like, they really, really give her the dirty. Alright, so Zangors, let's get them over here. Keep working on those bloodletters. Valkia needs to keep getting hammered by the chariot characters, so let's use the Colossal Strike. And then retreat. Yeah, because we don't want to just die to some random Minotaurs, right? That would not be good. So let's get the chariots into you guys, get the Screamers over there, move you guys this way, and I think we're going to need to get one more Forsaken out. I don't even need my Wizard, really. Honestly, I'm like, this is the most, like, un-Tzeentch game ever. I'm feeling like, I don't know if I want to call it a Wizard. Let that Mutalith Vortex Beast keep feasting over here. Alright, so let's park you guys on the objective. Pull you back here a little bit, and then we can charge into the Wrathmongers again with the chariots, I guess. Not going to be a bad idea. You know, I might get stuff back on objectives a little bit, which is dodgy. Ammunition here. We still have these guys for their capture weight, which is good. And the Forsaken are on their way. Probably getting Aeson the Fallen, or not Aeson, but our Muti Beast to come deal with that. It's going to be a little bit better. Great. So those guys have been dealt with. And I think that the Chosen are going to be able to anchor down the point. And I guess it's just no caster. Yeah? Are we just going to do the forbidden no caster tech? All right. So Muti Beast is coming. Screamers can come over here, Forsaken, and I mean, like, I'd rather just call in units that can fight, you know? Who said Tzeentch needed a Wizard, huh? I guess not. Yeah, this should be a winning fight, though. I mean, we should be able to overwhelm these things. They're just so good. All right, let's call the Centaurs in. That should get the job done. We have these Screamers on top of you guys. I think this game's in the bag unless I really fumble something. Yeah, and we've almost gotten the Changebringers down. Or not the Changebringers, the Wrathmongers, whatever the hell they are. Just some evil descriptor, whatever it is. That's what we're dealing with here. All right, so let's get the Mutalith Beast in there. Get the Chaos Lord back, and we can keep the Exalted Hero nearby as well. Use the Colossal Strike. And, yeah, you guys can go fight here. You guys are on the objective there. We just win this brick fight, and I think we're okay. Wow, he actually killed my Lord. Holy shit. I was not expecting that. All right, let's get on this character now, see if we can finish it off. Okay, so they managed to get in and run those guys over. And, yeah, I think we're chilling. Those Chosen are doing a pretty damn good job anchoring the back objective here. So that's very nice, and we're going to go ahead and get a Space Jam Slam onto these guys right now. Valkia is very, very low. And we do manage to get rid of the Minotaurs once again. Do I call in a Wizard here in the fourth quarter? I kind of feel like we've already leaned into the no Wizard thing, so let's just stick with it. You know, let's get the Chariot into Valkia there. Pull this way, get you guys up in the point. And we just kind of cackle out on this point here. Tzeentch is quite the jump from Nurgle. Yeah, I like Tzeentch is probably my other favorite Chaos God to play these days. It's very fun. All right, let's get you guys in there. Valkia being escorted by that Chariot character. Let's get another Centaur coming in. Rear charge here. And you guys can just run over there. And let the Muti Beast feast. Yeah, should be able to get it done. Valkia whooped on by Chariot characters once again. Right, so that's great for us. We should have another Centaur coming in too. Should do a little housekeeping. Valkia is destroyed. I honestly didn't think that build would work, but man, it worked like clockwork. He did not have he didn't have any like ranged, so my my Mutalith Beast was able to just kind of do whatever it wanted. And the two Chariot characters like give you something. Because the unique element of the Tzeentch Chariot characters is they can get anti-large. So if they're fighting against Minotaurs, you can use the Colossal Strike ability. And they can do some serious work. And the Giga Chad Chosen on the backside as well. Holy shit, I guess that worked. The no Wizard Tzeentch build. Tzeentch, who said Tzeentch was the god of magic? He's the god of melee violence. All right, that was interesting. Yeah, the Wrathmongers, we kept them in check. 2,000 value. Chosen got 1,600 on the back objective, which was money. Those characters did well, and yeah, everything just kind of clicked. GG, well played. He says, GG, bro, that was a struggle. Wasn't expecting that at all. Which part surprised you? Yeah, he had no ranged, right? It was all just melee. So that really allowed me to feast with my big boys. I told you guys, we got Tzeentchian schemes. All right. Let's head on over here. Honestly, using the magic against Khorne is Tzeentch is... it's not a flex. It's... there just was never a time where it was like... I was like, wow, I could use some magic right now. There just wasn't. Yeah. Beating Khorne in a melee grind just as planned, yeah. For now. Adam's extremely good, though. He'll be back. He will be back. So Tzeentch versus Khorne. And there we are. For sure. Well played. All right, so that's round 1 of tonight's tournament, hosted by Boss Toss. So I don't have to do the admin stuff, which is great. And now we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for the next round. The GOAT of Total War is in the tournament tonight as well. Don't you guys forget him. It's Professor Pone. He's back and he's pissed. I think he's playing Grand Cathay too. Did I just see Tzeentch? Well, yeah, so if he had brought like a couple Marauder Horsemen, it's a very different game. Because then my Mutalith Beast is under heavy threat, and it's also good against my Chariots. Granted, my Wizard... Oh, did I miss a... Hey, Richie! Screamers making it for a great night. I did miss that during the game. Richie, thank you, man. Can I reply to you? Oh, dude, look at this. They added a feature. Okay. Oh, I can reply to those. That's kind of cool. Oh. I did not know I could do that. That's neat. It's going to be me versus Pone in the finals, yeah. It's going to be the Sweat Lords, the sweatiest of players. But it's actually kind of my goal right now to... win an SFT with Tzeentch now. Josh, darling.
Special delivery.
Jankuya Bardzo's sparkling water.
Anything else you need?
No. Love you. It's getting nice and sweaty in here.
Yeah, it's the true ball suckler.
It is. All right. Somebody in chat asking, am I going to take up Anticity on that charity boxing offer? I mean, I would if he actually really wanted to down the road. Sure, why not? I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know how big he is or his size or his experience, but obviously if it's just for funsies and whatever, who cares, you know? Yeah, I can still do boxing stuff, actually. My hands, it doesn't affect me. It's the only thing that's really difficult for my hands is, like, super fine gripping. So, like, you know, putting my... I used to do quite a bit of boxing. Mostly just bag work and mitt work and stuff, but I did spar a couple times. I didn't enjoy it too much, you know, the concussions. But yeah, we did. There were definitely, you probably want some weight classes. Yes. His roundhouse kick, he's been doing nothing but losing games and doing squats. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. So no heavy deadlift. No, that's unfortunately that's tough for me. He was doing squats when he was losing games. So that's so funny. I love that. If you wanted to put on like some sort of a charity boxing event, you'd probably want to get more people on the card. You know, I don't know what other Total War folks we could get to do that. The Canadian Hulk, is that what he is? He's the Wrath of Canada. Oh, I'm sure, dude. It's easy to dismiss people who are small, like, you know, might be smaller, but some of the scariest guys you'll see in a boxing gym are like these 135-pound dudes that are just like cardio monsters, and they're super fast. Like those guys, if you take like an average big, you know, 190 dude off the street who doesn't like train or exercise a lot and put him against one of those little guys will just destroy them, dude. Are Changebringers good with Wrathmongers? Yeah, they can be, actually. Yeah, I would say so. But it's hard to protect from Valkia, you know? I don't know what Brampton is. Brampton? Oh, okay, it's a city. Got it. So are we ready for the next round yet? You know what I think is like something that would be probably safer for people's health rather than like these kind of boxing matches would be grappling matches. It's, you know, you're not going to get concussed as easily. Yeah, and take the head trauma. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun. Okay, almost ready. So it looks like there's about 5 or 6 people still playing tonight. Did the GOAT of Total War win his first game? The GOAT is still playing right now, I think. Professor Pone, he's playing Ridley, yeah, so he's still in his match. So we don't know if the champion of all time is going to be ready for the next one. Arm wrestling, yeah. Yeah, no, cardio is everything, though. That was like... because I was always pretty fit back in the day. I used to do... played football for 7 years. 7 years of football, track and field. I did some jiu-jitsu in college and stuff, but I never really got into it too much. It was fun, though. I enjoyed it. But I remember when I got into boxing, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, you carry that confidence from you with other sports. But the first time I got into a sparring ring, I got my ass beaten so badly by a guy who was like 40 pounds less than me. And I remember that was one of the most humbling experiences I had ever had in like the sporting world. That was like my first time as an adult when I realized like, there's levels to this shit, like you can't just use athleticism to, there's levels. I remember I was like I was sensitive to the light for like 2 days after that beating I took. We had a pretty terrible boxing trainer at this gym and he just like would let people go full out in sparring. So that was one of the reasons why I took such a whooping, but yeah, it was something for sure. The jiu-jitsu tourney, yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. There's absolutely ways to avoid damage in sparring and whatnot, but it's just I got enough issues, man. It's just I do want to get back into hockey though. I love playing hockey. Used to play that as a kid. That would be fun. What's up, Turin? Hope the Plague Father. Yeah, we're almost out of there. Yeah, we're almost out of there. Just I think like 3 or 4 more days of Plague Father's a warm embrace, and we'll be on the other side. Did you win, Pone? Oh, you gotcha. Uh-oh, that means we might not be able to play. I need to throw this next game so we can battle Pone. It's the same thing in grappling too. Grappling is one that, man, cardio is like, I don't know. Grappling cardio is so different than any other type of sport, right? You can play high school football, college football, run gassers, run laps, do explosive sprinting workouts. But when you get onto like a grappling mat and you're like you're activating all these like little fine muscles and tendons that you don't normally use in other sports, and it just gasses you out so quickly if you're not ready for it, man. Yeah. Yeah, Canada. Are you talking about hockey in Canada? Yeah, it's pretty serious up there, man. It's pretty serious. I played roller hockey mostly though, because Southern California ice was not something that was super common around here. Yeah. Guard yourself against the dreaded Nurgle 2 round. I think we're fine. I think we skipped the worst of it. Grappling makes you muscles feel you didn't even know you had. It's very true. It's very, very true. Yeah. It's great cardio. You know what? Like, so talking about like martial arts, grappling, and all that stuff. The one thing that I think was the biggest turnoff for me was for jiu-jitsu. I mean, I like jiu-jitsu. I did it maybe for about 8 months in total, maybe like close to a year. The one thing that I didn't like when it became very prominent in the jiu-jitsu culture was was all the leg locks. Like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of going into like a class and having somebody who's maybe a little bit newer trying to whip out leg lock techniques on you and being able to potentially cripple you, or keep you from, tearing your ACL or all these other things like that. Like I've seen a lot of close calls with that kind of stuff. That was probably one of the big things. That the whole leg lock culture and all that, all the attacks on the legs, I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I want to be able to walk around, Lots of gyms ban leg locks. Not the ones I was going to, that's for sure. Yeah. But I understand it because it's a very effective part of the system, right? When you watch like high level grappling, leg locks are a big part of it, at least in jiu-jitsu. And in MMA, not as much. You still do see leg lock attempts, but in MMA, it's a little riskier, right? Because they can usually stack up and punch you, but in like jiu-jitsu tournaments and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what your guys' experience has been with that, but that was just kind of my 2 cents. All right, so let's refresh it. One game still to go, and then we're in round 2. Husamar Palhaira, so of course I got that guy, man. Oh, he was awful. Like, if you're going to hold on to, like, a head and arm choke, okay, the guy might be asleep a little bit longer, and it's still very dangerous, but holding on to, like, these leg locks and knees, and, oh, dude, that was so sketchy. Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure he's banned from the UFC and most fight promotions nowadays. There's a couple of great karate fighters in mixed martial arts. Yeah, I mean, the Oda Machida was kind of one of the first to bring the karate point fighting style to the UFC and make it work really well. There's obviously countless fighters in other promotions as well, but yeah, in more recent times. But he's a little bit older now. But Wonderboy Thompson was fun. Yeah, I feel like that karate fighting style is like really, it's a lot of agility, a lot of speed, twitch fiber, and this is stuff that those fighters, as they age, I feel like they fall off harder than other professions, because when you lose that athleticism and that twitch fiber, like your ability to get in and out without getting hit in that kind of point fighting style is much harder. Alexander, thank you for the tenor, man. Had done 12 years of karate, took a break, and then decided to start doing MMA. Went to a dojo that had been recommended, and 5 minutes later was being rolled across the floor in a match. Yeah. Did the sound just get really loud all of a sudden? Was that me? I don't know, man. Yeah, GSP was a big karate guy. Yeah, he had a karate background, yeah. But he also had a big, like, grappling... I don't know if a background would be the right word, but he learned to become a very good grappler. Oh, yeah, judo is super fun. Now, there's... who's that? There's a French judo gold medalist, Teddy Reiner, I think is his name. Dude, I would pay money to see that guy get an MMA. Holy shit. This guy is a beast. Oh my god, imagine if Teddy Reiner just learned, like, takedown defense, and he probably already knows it pretty well, but Teddy Reiner is his name, I think. Yeah, he's a French judo guy. Yeah, but he's the Terminator. The funniest thing was in the last Olympics when I think it was France versus Korea or Japan or something in the finals, and then there was a guy who, like, was, like, set to go up against Teddy Reiner, and you could just see, like, the defeat in his face when he saw who he had to go against. Oh yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun rambling with you guys. And what do we got now? Hey! So I got my next opponent here. And we are all set to go. Let's get in the lobby here. It is B6, the Lord of the Skaven. The Lord of the Great Undercities here. Okay. So who's going to be on the pick and ban first? What is it going to be? Okay, so myself, starting with the bans, and hey. Let's see what they're playing here. And cool beans. No martial art compares to the power of the Slavic slipper throw. So that actually brings up an interesting conversation point. Talking about how in Slavic culture, the mom or the grandma will chase you with the slipper as a form of punishment. Now, I'd be curious to see what other cultures in the world that is a thing. The grandma, the abuela, the babushka, chasing you with a slipper as punishment. Now, let me know if that is actually a part of your culture and what culture that we're referencing here. I'd be really curious to see, actually. All right. So I think we're playing Skaven, by the way. Right on. Okay, so the maps are going to be excavation site, or the dried floodplain, or edge of the Darkwood. Let's ban edge of Darkwood. We don't want to give them a safe home objective. Anna saying, I saw some Latin moms do that. Then there's a Nigerian girl you've seen who can snipe her husband from across the room with the blindfold on. Oh man, okay. Greeks like their slippers also, but I think that we prefer a backhand. My Korean mom and grandma would do that to you. Okay, so it seems like it's pretty international. Very Asian and South Asian as well. It definitely wasn't a thing in America, the slipper chasing, unless maybe, you have some roots from maybe some of these parts of the world. Let's play excavation site. What the hell is this map? I have no idea what this is. One sec. I'm gonna load into this map real quick. I'm gonna load into it. One sec. So we're playing on excavation site. I don't know this map at all. So I'm gonna jump out and load into it real quick and we can see what's cooking here. Okay, oops. Thankfully you can load into DOM maps now, which is really nice. All right, let's see what this map looks like. Thank you. There we are. It's not a cultural thing, it's a grandmother thing. They have a secret council that meets every other Thursday. The god-slaying slipper technique, yeah. My mom didn't even have to use slippers. Her death stare can freeze an oven from across the house. That's really good. Oh, okay. Yeah, we know this map. Yeah. All right. So it's got some open field, it's got some terrain, it's got some shenanigans. Okay. Really good mortar positions, by the way. Skaven can just like park that shit right there and feast, The Slavic death stare is real and chilling. Yeah. Anna can when I'm out of line, Anna can summon a very good death stare. It's impressive. Okay. And there we are. All right. So we're back in the game. Your Irish mom used the evil eye. That actually reminds me of one of my favorite old Magic card arts, the Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. It's so good. All right. So against Skaven. What do we want to play against little rat people, Little stinky rats. Yeah. They're there, and they're stinking. All right. Let's get the blocker up. Should probably start focusing here. And yes. So I think I have an idea of how TZEENTCH plays this. I think there's a pretty clear-cut way. Don't need this, and we can just get this. Call that a day. My opponent is ready already, so that's not good for me. What about the Exalted Flamer on this mashup? This little kind of cooking piece here. Seems kind of fun. So for the Lord choice, Village is probably decent. I'm trying to think about what changeling options I have here. Like something that's cheap and that causes terror and could be disruptive. You know what? This is actually not terrible. Cut you, you, and you. Oh, but that's right. You don't get your items. I was thinking about Sigvald, actually. Turning into Sigvald could have been kind of a cool tech. Oh. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Still semi-croaking over here. It's been a blast. In before Hellpit Abomination? No. Come on, guys. We're trying to win here. Trying to win here. And then I think we want a couple of these. Changebringers in this matchup would be interesting. Against Skaven, but Skaven do have a lot of good like slingers and poke and things like that. That's tricky. Grom the Paunch, he does have passive healing. He's got regeneration, yeah, that's true. Grom would actually be a very funny target. I think I have another one that might be better. Let's see. Now, what kind of lord are they going to bring is the question. Looking around, evaluating my options. Oh, yeah, dude. Durthu. Treebeard. Treebeard would be interesting. I don't think he'd be that good, though. Foot Carl Franz would be pretty Giga Chad with his Warhammer. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Let's get you guys here and call it a day. Doom Knights, Chaos Knights. I don't think Chaos Knights are very good here. A little bit too slow. If anything, Centaurs of Tzeentch, which might seem funny, but I think that's the way to do it. Cold Hellbrass. No, thank you. I don't hate the Forsaken. Forsaken are a pretty damn good unit. But so too are the Zangor. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I think it's alright. You guys are in for a treat. Foot to Fran style. I know, foot to face style is coming. Well, you know, win or lose, it's by design. We had a good first round win. I was very happy with that. Let's see if we can replicate that success here. Archaon with Burning Head. I mean, yeah, it would give you Burning Head, but we went with Grom the Punch, actually. Yeah, we went with old Grom. I think that's going to be good. All right. So here it comes. The excavation site. I really like the Tzeentch Chariot characters. You know, arguably maybe getting a couple of those could have been interesting on this map because of the weird like line of sight shenanigans and whatnot. But Shorf Overseer, oh my god, they're so freaking bad. we have Grom. Yeah, we're playing Grom the Changeling against Ikit. Oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna bring Ikit Claw. God, I am just such a space case today. But yeah, Grom can fight Ikit Claw, and he regenerates, so he's very hard to snipe too. So it could be worse. I originally was gonna do the Sisters of Twilight. Actually, I had them as my pick, and they were gonna just sit and snipe. That would have probably been a stronger play. Granted, they most likely would have been sniped by Jezzails and warped the Storm Demon and stuff. What have your CA insights found? Yeah, I think we're getting Total War Warhammer 40k. I really do. That's my conspiracy theory. I really think that's going to be the case. All right, how we looking? My opponent says sad rats. Oh no. Okay, so here's the build. How and where do we want to approach this? I'm thinking like up here. Right, so we got our Marauders. Yes, yes. Marauders in the front. Okay. That's going to be there. Then we have a couple. We can send a couple of you guys over as well if we want to. I think, though, this is going to be good. Then we have the Pinks back here, because Pinks are pretty good against Skaven. So then we have the Changeling. An Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch is really fun. I don't know how good it is in this matchup, but you know the whole point of these streams is learning. So we're going to be trying to learn Tzeentch together. Oh, dude, 40k's got to happen. If not, even if it's not their next major title, at some point it will happen. It's just too much of a cash cow for everybody involved. All right, so let's get it going. Good luck, have fun. It's the Craven Tail. All right, I love it. Let's get the Exalted Flamer down there. We're gonna go into Grom the Paunch form. I love that. That's so freaking cool. All right, so he's going. We're gonna get our Burning Headcaster here, and that is a lot of ogres and a lot of flayers. Holy shit! Good thing I have Centaurs of Tzeentch. Jeez. Otherwise, we could be in some danger. Okay, so he's rolling. We got our Burning Head waiting here. And I'm a little nervous about this, actually. How many flares are there? 1, 2, 2 flares. Okay, it could be worse. And a Warlock Engineer with Tretch. So Tretch is just like basically saying, I don't want to be sniped. You know, that's what's cooking when you see Tretch Craven Tail there. Inside our Wizard right there. And out of the callouts here, we're going to go ahead and get some Centaurs of Tzeentch. Otherwise, the flayers are just going to run into us for free, and, you know, we're not going to have a good time with that. All right, so Grom is going to be chilling over here, and we can just kind of hang back for now. Let's get you guys waiting in the wings. And, yeah, we can bring the Paunch Man over here. He'll be decent at fighting some of those things. Oh, shit, I get the Grey Duns here, too. That's pretty fun. I did not expect to get those freebies. But here we are. And let's go ahead and scoot up a little bit here. And we do manage to get the outside there, which is great. I could value trade with the Skaven a little bit first before moving in. Just gotta wait and see what's cooking. All right, so that's gonna be there, and now we can just start roasting some of the clan rats. I don't want to go after Tretch. That's for damn sure. That seems a little bit dodgy, but here we go. And he's coming for me. He's on his way. He is on his way. We're gonna try and sneak around here, do this, and now the mainline fighting is gonna be underway here. So let's get the fighting going. Let's get the fighting going, and we need to get another Centaur coming out here. All right, just to make sure nothing gets too crazy, right? So let's move up. These guys can shoot here, and you guys can go here, and let's get you Centaurs to go over there. Grom the Paunch is gonna come after them, and you guys can just shoot the ogres. We're going to get you folks to go over here. We should be able to cause some havoc. All right. So yeah, that's so far so good. Not bad. We got some good damage on the flares. You know, they took a beating. So let's retreat back before things get ugly. We do manage to catch one of the flares straight up just out in the open there. So that was really good for us. So Grom the Paunch going to use a little bit of witchcraft here. And now we're going to go ahead and get a Zangor coming out to address this weakness in our formation. All right, so Grom can attack here. We do manage to kill one of the flayers. Let's go ahead and shoot here. Shoot here. Grom can fight. And now let's get our Burning Head caster and look for some potential targets here, right? So that looks pretty good. So we're going to drop it like it's hot right there and just kind of try and farm this Skaven in the backfield if we can. I think we're doing okay. That Burning Head potentially could do some fat damage. And yeah, let's just get the Exalted Flamer to cook over here where we can. And the pinks and whatnot are shooting, and we are cleaning up quite a bit. I think they're shooting. It's hard to tell sometimes with these things. You know, the classic Total War jank. All right, so we got the one objective there. That's good. And that's going to be a Flensing Rune, which thankfully doesn't do that much damage against these type of things. Okay, so let's get this guy. Pull you back, pull you back. Grom and company are doing very, very well. And let's get this cultist away so we don't just randomly lose it to some shit. And what are these? These are just slingers? Night Runner slings. Okay, so that's actually a good target for us. But this is a very, very aggressive Skaven dive. Like, very aggressive. We need to get on the flare here. All right. So we're going to get on the flare. We're going to hide you. The pinks are now shooting again. So let's get you guys to move in and reinforce a little bit. The Exalted Flamers are getting some work done, and we do have another Burning Head now. So Grom is doing good. He's still cooking. We're going to run into some of these Skaven slaves right here. Okay. So how are the Centaurs holding up? I think both of our Centaur units have faltered, and I don't know if these guys are even shooting anymore. Kind of funky. All right, so you guys shoot there. Let's retreat back this way, where we can call in some support here in a minute. And Grom the Paunch is doing good. You know, he's doing his thing. You know, what's not to love? All right, so do we have another Burning Head? We need to get over there and get ready to use it there. That would be nice indeed. And Grom can fight a Doom Flare, no problem. That's going to be good for us. Okay, so we're getting charged here. We're going to need another Centaur of TZEENTCH, so let's call those in, although we do have some in reserve that have rallied there. So that's going to be quite excellent. You keep fighting here, and the rest of the units can keep grinding it. Looks like the rats are not going for any backside shenanigans or anything. Yeah, we're chilling there. All right, some more Centaurs. Where can we go? We need to crush these guys. Looks like the Flamers of TZEENTCH are maybe trying some funny business, or he's trying some funny business against my Flamers of TZEENTCH. Grom and company are doing it, and we do get hit with the Flensing Rune, which feels bad. So let's fan those guys out and get the Flamer running away here. And now it can turn and fight, as it's going to be getting attacked here a little bit. And we do start to break through the Skaven lines right there. And we'll look for some Burning Head targets here in a moment. Yeah, that's going to be the stuff. Okay, so we do get a little engaged right there. Grom and company are caught fighting flares, which is a little bit scary. But let's get you guys to zero in on this. And the Centaurs of TZEENTCH were able to run these guys over, so let's bounce across this way and have you guys do this. So I need to reinforce those low ground points, I think. So we're going to just send some infantry down here, just some, you know, capture weight. just to give us a little bit of ground as we do continue running over a lot of these units. All right, so there you go. Grom the Paunch has been pretty good this game, honestly. I'm not unhappy about him at all. Let's move up with our pinks. Move up with our pinks so they can start shooting at the Night Runners right there. And yeah, you guys definitely chase that shit off. Ammunition, shoot into the clan rats. I'm up on value by a fair bit. You know, nothing too crazy. So, actually a good burning head opportunity. See how they're all moving in a line like this? That's Bread City for us. Okay, let's pull back, pull back. Need to get my wizard out there so I can get a good burning head. And let's get you over this way as well. Okay, come on, wizard. Let's do it. Yeah, that's actually not going to be a bad cast right there. That's decent. Grom can keep doing his thing. And let's get a couple of you guys up that way to start contesting this objective. And then you just shoot whatever the hell you can, really. But that burning head was pretty good. That actually got some nice damage there. All right, so onto the objective you go. Let's get these Centaurs down here to run some of these over. We're going to call out some Forsaken. And call them out on the wrong side, but it's fine. They can waddle across there. It ain't no big thing. All right, so Grom and company have been able to get some progress, and we're going to move these pinks up now. So let's get those pinks to shoot those Night Runners. We have time. It might devolve into a triple cap situation, though. You know, it very well could. Hopefully we can hold this objective here, and it looks like we're going to. If we were to get triple capped, that would be very bad. Very, very bad. Okay. Yeah, so pinks are doing it. We have the TZEENTCH army ability coming up. Another flare is activated, so thankfully some Centaurs were lurking nearby. They just happen to be hanging out. Do get run down right there, which feels bad. And yeah, maybe they'll get it. I don't know. So it's a close game. It's a close game, but I think I'm going to get some decent pushing from this side. And then we can hopefully secure a double cap before it gets, you know, too crazy. All right. So one more unit here. I think we need to get probably just pushing out with mass amounts of Forsaken. For now is going to be my best bet. Yeah, I think that's going to be the case. All right, let's run these guys over. Still a fair amount of shenanigans going down over here. Let's run you over to the middle here. Who would have thought the Centaurs of TZEENTCH would just be such an essential part of this matchup, right? You wouldn't think so, but it is the case. All right, so back onto the objective you go. You guys keep pushing, and the flamethrower boys, what can we cook? All right, let's cook right there. Get you guys on the point here. You guys are just on vacation. Let's call another Forsaken in. Get all these guys going, and yeah, almost got these clan rats off. We are threatening this objective, so that's very good. Yeah, gotta do this. I mean, maybe we use the TZEENTCH army ability just to try and snipe one of those flares off. Maybe. We get the Exalted Flamer to shoot into the rats here. That's gonna be the play. All right, so they're going for a little bit of funny business on the outside there. We're having trouble wrestling the ground easily. Definitely need to unsummon or get some of those guys back in the pool. Let's rotate you guys back to the middle, and you go here, and you guys go here too. All right, so Forsaken keep coming, and there are going to be some scaries coming in, so let's make sure to shoot them. Could use Furies as well. Look for another burning head opportunity. This is going to be a decent one, I think. I think it's not going to be bad, so let's get in there, cook some of those guys, go down the lines. The flamers are doing good, and yeah, we're going to need just quick reinforcements. I can't afford to lose points anymore. That burning head actually ended up being very, very good. Looks like we are going to get that, and the pinks are still slow pushing up here. All right, let's get on you, get on you. Dealing with the flares and the monsters is going to be one of the harder parts. I mean, thankfully I do have Grom the Paunch, so Grom is going to be very good at that as well. And let's get you guys on the objective here. You guys go over there. I don't know if the rats are going to have quite enough to stop us here. Yeah, I don't know if they will. Okay, so we do get some scariness. Let's get around the back of the formation. Calling in Centaurs of TZEENTCH over there is going to be big. You guys can come over and shoot these ogres, and now you guys descend right there. All right. Great, so we got that objective. We do win on just 2 now. I don't need to triple cap, but I think I can. I think we could definitely get some triple capping going. Okay, Grom. Go ahead, that shit off. That side has been dealt with, so we don't need to worry about this. Basically, we just watch for flares now, because that's the one unit that we're going to struggle to deal with a little bit, I think. Okay, Grom gets in here. Call in a Centaur of TZEENTCH. Move them over there. Meanwhile, we just keep bombarding them with the pinks. Bathe them in hot warp fire, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about here. We have another burning head opportunity, too. All right, let's get the Exalted Flamer. I really like the utility he brings. I feel like he's pretty good. All right, Degrade Uns is here. Is a nice little buff. Ooh, shit. Okay, okay, okay. Friggin' what's his name is you know, making me work for it here. Okay, let's go get on those Doom Flares. Look for burning head opportunities. We are going to get this objective. So that's good. And now we got a triple cap, and I think we're fine. I think from here there's not a whole lot that could be done for my opponent. You guys do this. Pull you back. I did blunder you. That was a play and a half right there. All right. So we are managing to hold on to this. My opponent calling in to the high ground here. Let's turn and go after the Night Runners there. And it looks like there are going to be some Ogres being called in here. And where are my Centaurs? All right, so they're still around. Yep, you guys move over there. On to the point. Any burning heads? Not really. Mainly just like SEs and stuff right there, you know? Mainly just SEs. All right, so we're going to park on that point there. So over here, need to make sure to focus down the Ogres. And we can call in a little bit of mass to make sure we don't get bullied. So let's get some Centaurs coming out. It's like the only place people get to use Centaurs these days because of the frickin', you know, Beastmen being restricted in SFT so heavily. It's very funny. All right, Chad the Paunch doing it, man. Burning head opportunities, nothing too crazy here, honestly. We do manage to fold up quite a bit. Let's do some unsummoning. I'm too weak. All right, let's get in and support those pinks. Flamethrower Man is trying, and yeah, Grom has been very good. He actually ended up being a very, very good choice. All right, so over here, let's go to the high ground, get the burning heads. This is not a battle archetype this Skaven like, you know, where they're scrapping like this. It certainly isn't their thing. All right, let's get some Furies over there to rip apart the spears. You guys shoot those. Run these guys down. Grom the Paunch is going to continue regenerating. And the Exalted Flamer, a great utility, man. It's been able to melt a lot of units that normally you would kind of struggle with, right? Okay, so over the top, Centaurs of TZEENTCH are still charging, doing great work. Let's pull back, and Grom needs to move over here. We'll keep you on the objective. Might actually be able to cook that guy using the Centis. All right, so charge into the back of the spears. Charge into the back of the spears. Centaurs can engage in the front. Unsummon you, and now we look for some burning head opportunities, which it's gonna get some of my own guys, but I think it'll be worth it. All right, Grom, let's get out of here. We don't want any of that Tretch smoke. Tretch is a beast. Yeah, we cooked him off the point. We just got the big burning head right there. That's GG. Could use the army ability on old Craven Tail if he breaks. You know, that's one thing. But GG to my opponent. Well played. So that build worked well, actually. I didn't hate it. Yeah, if we didn't have the Centis, we would have had some problems against the Doom Flayers, but thankfully we had the tools to stop them. So that was a good win there. GG, well played. Grom the Paunch felt pretty good as well. I didn't hate that. 2,000 value on Grom. You know, that's very, very good. It's very, very good. The Burning Headcaster got 500 kills, but only 1,600 value. Pretty funny. The Exalted Flamer got about 1,000. And yeah, Centaurs did fine. You know, I summoned them twice, right? So it's not like they got like an obscene amount of value or anything. Nasty little Skaven build there. I didn't even notice there was freaking Storm Vermin. Today I learned. All right. So 2-0 with TZEENTCH. Pretty good. Nurgle's, I guess the Rot Lord's blessing is still on us. He's helping us get some games going here, which is good. Sorry, if I just randomly go quiet, it means I'm just hacking up along here. All right. And let's report it. And that is going to be TZEENTCH versus Skaven. All right. Who's more athletic, Greasus Goldtooth or Steven Seagal? I would say Greasus. Because Greasus is actually like incredibly strong. Like Greasus wields the scepter of the Titans and is like has the ability to like crush things with his like physical strength. Whereas Steven Seagal is like a complete fraud. He's probably not like actually strong or, you know, athletic. He's just like morbidly obese but has no strength to go with it. Yeah, healing capped. Yeah, Grom was able to get healing capped, which is good. All right, round 3 of the tournament coming up. We're gonna run into some stiff competition here, I'm sure. Oh boy. Spell spam? Yeah, we just burning headed last game. TZEENTCH does have access to their cultist to lower fire, which is really, really nice. There we are. Yeah, I definitely missed streaming with you guys, man. It was a long week. It's like 5 or 6 days. Really kind of becomes your social life, you know, hanging out and doing all this. Could you take him here? Could I take Steven Seagal? I think so, yeah. Yeah, but Steven Seagal can knock you unconscious with one finger thanks to his mystical Aikido powers. I know. He does like the classic bullshido thing, right? Like all these like you would hear like shit about this in like the 80s and 90s, right? It's like, yes, my technique may be unorthodox, but I'm not able to actually show you it to its fullest potential because it's too lethal, you know? It's like the classic bullshido McDojo shit, you know? Greases is what Seagal wishes he was. Yeah, I mean, he's not that far off, honestly. Yeah, sitting on an opulent cart being fed shanks of meat probably is not too far out there. Oh yeah, Orange Pest. Yes, I believe so. How's your games going tonight, Pest? You better be winning, dude. Who'd you play? Oh, you played against Scrambled Egg. Nice. And then you were defeated in the first round, huh? Well, if you go 3-1, your odds are not bad. Your odds are not bad. The ultimate showdown. I wish I was Grease's just peak male performance. Well, ogres like can probably live a more functional lifestyle while being morbidly obese, whereas humans become, you know, severely, you know, bedridden, and you develop a lot of health complications, heart problems, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, so it's tricky. Oh, I saw that episode, Dusty. I've seen that. Yeah, that was funny. How do you know if the changeling is in our world when Steven Seagal gets out of his chair? That's right. Yeah, if we see Steven Seagal do a movie in 2025 with like him standing, we know that it's an imposter. It's not actually him. Dude, I hope Orange Pest and Professor Pone play. That would be a colossal duel of fates. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Michael. Those are some kind words, brother. Yeah, it looks like the round's done, so just waiting for the host to advance it now, and we should be good. You're coming for the head of the goat. Yeah. Who you guys all playing tonight? So for anybody who's hanging out, who's actually playing in tonight's tournament, I'd be curious to know what you guys are up to, what your schemes have been so far. Yeah, I think... Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, so I'm like 80-90% certain that YouTube is like doing some shenanigans with this. You know, the stream numbers now are like normal, right? But like what YouTube has been doing, I feel like there's some shadiness afoot, man. Steven had a double walking upstairs from him in one movie. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the last movie he was in where he actually like stood. Before my dad passed away, we used to watch Steven Seagal movies and laugh. It was like, what year would that have been? That would have been like 2009 and 10. We were hanging out. We would just go to the gym and then watch Steven Seagal movies afterwards and just feast on popcorn and cackle at how awful of an actor he was. It was so good. Pone has to play boss toss. Well, you know, you're the GOAT, of course, so expect stiff competition. Everybody wants a piece of that Professor Pone crown. I got Martinius. Oh no, I did. Martinius has been my TZEENTCH teacher. He's been teaching me how to play TZEENTCH. So unfortunately, he knows them well. By the way, thank you for the helped me go to so far. So let's see what Martinius is playing. He's playing Greenskins, I think. So we actually practiced this one a little bit the other day, which was fun. Okay. Martinius has been my TZEENTCH sensei. I played him when I was very sick the other day, and he gave me some nice pointers for the faction and some fundamental units and all that, which was good. All right, so what's up? What's cooking now? How's Total War Warhammer 40k going to work? Most armies will be shooting. I mean, if it's anything like tabletop, so how they balance shooting in tabletop 40k is they have terrain. So they add a lot of like urban fighting, right? So if you just have like a big open battlefield, shooting theoretically would be king. But 40k, most battles in 40k take place in like cities and ruined planets, and there's a lot of like terrain and obstacles. So shooting would be good, but then there's got to be cityscapes with which the melee units can move through effectively and get good ambushes and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know if they'll go that direction or if they're just going to nerf shooting. But either way, it's... Yeah, both good options. All right. So we got Crystal Lake, Decrepit Moor. And what? Okay, so I start. So I think he's on greenskins. Yeah, he's on greenskins. So Crystal Lake, Celestial Lake, or the Decrepit Moor. Don't know how we want to play this. Let's do Celestial, maybe. Let's ban Decrepit. Okay, we're going to ban Decrepit Moor for the first map, and now my opponent's going to decide what we're playing here. Yeah, they're going to have a whole new engine, though, if they do Total War Warhammer 40k. It won't be what this... I think one of the better analogies for the current engine we have is like, if any of the Total War factions made the current existing Total War Warhammer 3 engine, it would be the greenskins. It's just held together with tape and thoughts and prayers. You know? Just it's literally like the construction of a pump wagon. Just barely hanging in there, you know? The stuff should die pretty quickly in 40k too, depending on what faction you're playing. Alright, so we're playing Celestial Lake. Celestial Lake. Let's go. Alright. So, gotta think of some big schemes here. Gotta think of some big scheming. So, greenskins versus TZEENTCH. I think it's a little greenskin favored if they know what they're doing, but that's just been my anecdote so far. Sorry guys, just hacking it up over here. Return of Reckoning is doing pretty well. Yeah, that's the Warhammer MMO, right? Would you guys have any interest in that? Like joining a Warhammer MMO server and we could start a Haggard guild? Is it fun? I never played it. It was one that kind of escaped my purview. But I just finished the classic WoW grind, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to grind a freaking MMO. Like, if I have to gather another 10 boar tusks or some shit, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, so a little bit tricky. Okay, so what are we worried about here? Wait, what year is this for you streaming? I don't even know, man. Like 8, 7, something like that. We've been streaming a hot minute. We have been streaming a hot minute. We got the new Age of Empires stuff coming up, AoE 4. That's pretty exciting. So in the next few weeks, we'll be doing some AoE 4 as well. Pretty pumped on it. I forgot everything he suggested here, but let's try a little something here. So there's that. Greenskins are going to do what? The Exalted Flamer is pretty badass in this matchup, I feel. Gonna have to deal with what? So just lots of infantry, lots of trolling. Let's try this out. I think this could actually be a fun tech. Yes, evil. We got the big evil schemes going here. Okay, let's cut you, and then we want to get this and that. All right. That'll do, pig. That'll do. It's been going good. Yeah, we're undefeated so far. 2-0. Two strong opponents too. We didn't get any easy games, and now we're on round 3 here. We're playing against the Greenskins, who can be an absolute menace. I was wondering about Spawn in this matchup. What would Spawn be good against? Probably just too weak against the Archer spam. Yeah, you'd probably run into some troubles. Screamers. Yeah, Screamers are okay here. I think a couple of them are fine. Centaurs of Tzeentch are probably your best homies, though. They're very good. Okay, let's get you guys in the mix. I think 3 of those are good. Almost ready, guys. Almost ready. The forbidden sauce is almost here. I think 1 Screamer would be good. Yeah, there's actually a fair amount of large targets against greenskins you got to worry about. All right. This build's unorthodox. I don't think my opponent's going to expect it. So I'm hoping that that'll give me some agency here to cause some havoc. 1,300 for those guys. They're so expensive, man. Ugh. Could be decent. What was your best year to stream? I don't know. Last year was pretty good. Yeah, probably last year so far. There's always like a downturn in YouTube with when a new year starts. It's very common. If you guys have ever heard anyone talk about it who does YouTube. So obviously the way YouTube works is it's like hang on, I'll tell you guys in a second. Let me just make sure this build's all cooked up here. Okay, that looks fine. I think that looks good to me. And yes, all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, so YouTube is a system that, unlike, Twitch usually is the business model of Twitch for, if you're streaming on there, right, is just a subscriber system, right? So if somebody subscribes to your Twitch channel or whatever, you get a couple dollars a month, from that person. I remember discovering your channel through some obscure Warhammer 1 forum in 2017. Oh my God, that's old. God, 2017 was so long ago. But the way YouTube works typically is it's an advertising system. So when you become a partner with YouTube, they then place ads on your videos and your streams and stuff, and you get a percentage of the advertising revenue from that. But the thing about YouTube that can be a little bit sketchy is like in the holiday seasons and whatnot, the advertising return rates are very decent and you can make a solid living, right? But when January, February, March comes around, the rates just plummet. So like let's say in December you make $20, okay? So just scale that to whatever proportion you want. You make $20 in December, and that for the month of December you make $20, or whatever it might be. Or let's say $1,000. That makes more sense. So let's say in the month of December you make $1,000. Well, when January comes around, you're going to get the same amount of like advertising and whatnot, but you're going to make probably like $6 to $8 instead for that month for the same amount of work. So it's because the advertising rates just plummet in those years. So you have to be very, and that can also be subject to like market volatility and how just the advertising industry is in general. So yeah, that's hopefully helpful for anybody looking to get into the YouTube stuff. But yeah, it's definitely some months feast and famine kind of thing. Oh God, I think I found you through Heir of Carthage. Oh yeah, Heir's the man, dude. He is the man. So where are you at? And thank you for that. Thank you for the donation, Cody. All right, so we got triple chosen, but this time I got halberds. And also, guys, oh yeah, we got shielded black orcs. I love it, and it looks like a boss too. But I have the 2 characters, so check this shit out. The double, I love these chariot characters of Tzeentch. I think they're super underrated. All right, let's get you over there. And from here, I'm gonna call in the Changebringers because my opponent doesn't really have any tech for it, so I'm just gonna go feast. Don't you laugh at my build. This is the Turin special, the chosen. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be streaming to Twitch too. Yeah, just to be safe, because you never know. So I could go poke. Are these Morgubs? Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't want to give any free damage up. All right, so Changebringers, yes, I think so. Because I think that's freaking awesome. He's probably gonna go for my back objective. Would be what I would suspect. So we're gonna put you over here. Get these 2 chosen coming here. And he didn't get the objectives. That's very good. And now we can just cackle. We're going to hide you behind the pillar here as well. And I'll be focused on chat again after the game, guys. Just in a fearsome battle of fates. Do we want some of this smoke? Because we have the anti-large, right? Like, yeah, like that's what I was kind of expecting to happen. Okay. Grom loses a bunch of HP. I mean, he regenerates, of course, but yeah, we're happy with that. And we're gonna get the Chosen on the back objective because obviously my opponent wants to get a little bit crazy there. And yeah, we're just gonna cook. We are gonna cook here. All right, so Changebringers, let's get them going over here. They can come and get ready to feast right there. We get our chariot characters back on there, and let's get the burning head going. We can try and cook Grom. I mean, if my opponent blunders and I can snipe their lord, that's gonna be huge. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. That's the good stuff. Fate of Buna. Ah, so he brought preparations this time. Nice. Yeah, should have seen that coming, I guess. All right, so let's move it over. We're gonna get ready to fight. And hopefully these guys will survive their Fate of Boring adventures. Okay, pulling you back. And we're gonna get a burning head going here. Okay, I think we're gonna need you over here. And let's call in the Centaurs. Great. So you get on these guys, and hopefully the Chosen are able to feast. There we go. You guys do this. Now on the back objective, we are ready to cook. We're going to go ahead and start roasting here, pull you back, and see what we can do. Okay. So the Chosen, hopefully they'll be able to defeat the Black Orcs. I have no idea how this is going to go. But yes, we do have the mobility coming, and these are what, Orc Boys? Yeah, these are Orc Boys. Okay. So this is going to be a lot of pressure on my back objective here, that's for sure. It's a hell of a lot of pressure. But we are getting some good cooking here, which is good. Spirit Leech going down on this character. Grom the Punch doing his thing. Okay, let's go this way. And my character here getting a little bit caught up, so I don't want to throw my caster away like an idiot. There we go. Really liking these TZEENTCH chariot characters, though. They've been very, very good to us. All right. So we're going to need to reclaim our home point here. So we're going to need some more stopping power. Right? That's going to be big. Centaurs are doing it. The WOG is active. We do have a lot of Chosen in the mix. Right, a lot of Chosen. Let's cook those Orc Boar boys. Value trading is pretty even. All things considered, it's pretty damn even. Let's get on you, pull you back here a little bit, and look for some more burning heads. Yeah, so we're going to get another burning head. Although, maybe just the burning head on the back point is going to be a little bit better. Boar boys there kind of getting flattened a little bit, which is good. And yeah, we're going to head over there and see what we can do. Chosen still hanging in. We do manage to get some good folding here. And those boar boys are going to be running for the hills. Burning head right there should do some huge damage. All right, awesome, awesome. And how are the Chosen looking? Yeah, almost have gotten through the Black Orcs. Almost have gotten through them. All right, the problem is, you know, my opponent's had the objectives for a hot minute here, which is very tough. But I think we're actually doing pretty good. Chosen are anchoring it well, and let's go get on this character here. Okay, so the objective's going to be ours. The Greenskins have had some big suffering here. So let's go chase Grom. Man, I feel like the Forbidden TZEENTCH tech is actually working reasonably well here. All right. So Changebringers, are they out of ammo? They are basically out of ammo, so we need to unsummon them now. They've done their part. Grom is almost dead, but he's gonna squeak away here. Oh, that objective? Did that objective straight up never get caught? Wowza, for reals? That's pretty crazy. All right, so let's move up to this objective now. Thankfully, we have the Chosen Halberds, which are gonna be nice. We can do the army ability if we want to here. We do manage to get a nice little flank there, but let's pull back. My opponent calls in a giant, which is pretty ballsy. I haven't seen a giant in quite some time, so yeah, we definitely will consider calling in the Changebringers here. All right, so this objective's coming to us. Do we really need to try and triple cap them, is the question. Do we need it? I don't know. Find out today. I think we probably do. Okay, so you're going to get back. We're going to get these Chosen up, and these Forsaken coming over here. And you, Grom, can go over there as well. They'll maybe run these guys down. The Lord looking a little bit worse for wear. That Giant's, he's a problem. He's definitely a problem. I think I'm going to just save up for the Changebringers. Let's get you guys over there. You guys come here. You guys bounce out there. See if we can isolate that Black Orc boss here. And let's get you guys going this way. Okay, so we're going to go for the little sniperoo on your boy here. See if we can get him. And where are the mobile pieces? All right, so there they go. So we're trying to get him with the Colossal Strikes. If we can kill Grom, that's going to be pretty damn big. You know, that's going to be pretty damn big. Yeah, he gets away with like 1 HP though. Feels bad. All right, so surrounded there. And Changebringers, I think we can afford to call them out again. I think that's going to be pretty nice, actually. Yeah, let's get them. They're going to be able to cook quite a bit. Okay, so across you go here. My Lord needs to just get back at this point and just basically hang out on the back objective. We are a little bit trapped up here, which is not great. And did we manage to get the kill on the boss? We did. All right, that's good. That's very good. Let's get the Chosen coming out here. Let's go this way. Did my Lord get away? He did. Good. All right. So now we need to go get maybe another Burning Head here. We'll have to see. Changebringers are coming. Let's roast that broken test mob if we can. We're going to keep you safe and sound here. And how do we want to do this? I think like that would be the way. Yeah, that would be the way indeed. Okay. Coming across. My Lord's just going to hang out on vacation here. We can try and cook the River Troll Hag, actually. She's very, very in the open here. So I think we could try that. Yeah, she's weak to fire too, so that's pretty massive. Those are some Goblin Archers. Now that the Giant's leaving there, we can, you know, have a little bit of play there. Are we going to actually be able to get her, though, is the question. Yeah, Grom the Paunch is very low also. Feels bad there are so many elements where my opponent is just kind of barely hanging in there. Okay. Let's get another Centaur coming out. And the Hag is almost down for the count. Almost. The Chariot character can come over here. That should break the Hag. You know, the Giants will be all right. They're going to be fine. We'll have another Burning Head here in a minute. And we are running over the Ruglad's Armored Error Boys. Just trying to keep my Lord in the bushes. Grom the Paunch gets roasted, which is great. Let's go get you guys to run this over. I think Grom is probably going to run. Maybe. The Ruglad's Armored Orc Boy is almost done for. So now we can even consider calling in some Zangors to go push that objective there. Okay, let's do that. Yep, Grom's gone. That's pretty big. That's probably going to be the straw that breaks the back of the Greenskins here. The Giant is just waddling around, doing God knows what. And let's call in some of these Angors to threaten that point. Yeah, so big leadership break right there. I like this double. I'm telling you, these double Tzeentch Chariots are sleeper good characters. Because they just freaking give no shits. They fight infantry, they fight monsters. You know, they do so much work. Wow, holy shit, we won that. I can't believe it. Okay, that actually worked well. That worked really well. The Chosen Halberds was a way better tech than the shields. Okay, and then you have the Chariot characters who can beat Grom. They can kill the Black Orcs. They can kill the infantry. Yeah, the Giant was definitely not the sauce there. But I think it was my build. Learning the old Chariot characters rule. Yeah, I really like the Tzeentch Chariot characters. So the Chosen did great. They did their job. About 1,000 value on my characters, but they were disruptive. And Changebringers did good. Yeah, 3,300 value on the Changebringers. That obviously carried us pretty hard. Greenskins don't have the best tech against it. Yeah. Yeah, Changebringers are really good against Greenskins. Granted, you have tools against them. I think a Rampage is really what ruins you. It did. Maybe a Rampage tech somewhere against the Flyers. No idea. Yeah, I like that build though, man. It was good. The shielded blorks, we were able to keep their value in check mostly. The Ruggled's Armored Air Boys, those guys get so much value. I see them do so well in so many games. We played this matchup twice the other day. He beat me both times, so that's why I was a little bit surprised that I was able to get it. But we switched from Shielded Chosen to Halberd Chosen against like Squig and Monster, and instead of going Village, we went double character here. Yeah. Okay, talking to my opponent here, and now we're going to go ahead and report the score. So now our chances of making top 4 are becoming a reality here. Blue Scribes, well, I'm trying to win today. I'm going sweaty, so no Blue Scribes. Unless, like, in some weird, bizarro universe, they actually were very, very good. Okay. TZEENTCH versus Greenskins. You're speaking in Italian. I have some Italian ancestry myself. I don't speak any though. Yeah, obviously I'm American. Was born here, but my Italian ancestors came over from Lake Como, northern Italy, many moons ago. I think it was yeah, it would have been Giovanni and Arthur. Yeah. I always thought Giovanni was a cool name. It's like super epic. The Mutalith ROR? Well, to be fair, guys, I mean, we used Mutalith earlier. We used Changeling. Yeah. Let's go ahead and save this army. This is TZEENTCH versus... who's that against? That was against Greenskins. Yeah. I got all these builds. I got a Empire versus Nurgle. Delete that one. Yeah. So we're going to do our Nurgle guide soon. Next few days, when my voice is gonna hold up and I can talk more, I'll do that. Oh, you're from Turin? Let me look exactly. Okay, Lake Como, Italy. Wow, beautiful, man. Italy is beautiful. Yeah, it's like because I know my family. Like north of Milan, yeah. Pretty close to Turin, though. Very close, actually. It's not far. So I'm sure I had family there at some point in history. Hence the name, I suppose. Okay. Let's see what we got. We finished that one reasonably quick, so I think there's still going to be another 10 minutes or so before the next game. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I really hope it's actually muting the mic. Otherwise, you guys are going to get blasted. Yeah. Giovanni was my family's original name before Ellis Island. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Giannotti. Oh yeah, that makes sense. When I was in Lake Como last year, I saw Italian villagers in the RTS fields casting their own games. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's where I got it from. All right. Fair play, man. Italian food's great. As I've gotten into my like mid-late 30s, though, I don't do as well with like really acidic food and like red sauces. So it's been a little bit of suffering the couple times I go to bananas on it. It's muted. Good. Is there any games coming out you guys are excited for? Anything that's been calling to you? Okay, let's refresh this. And so far, yeah, it depends on how our tiebreakers do. Martin's got 2 wins. Sampo's undefeated also, so that's probably who I'll play next. I actually don't know who that is. We're gonna find out who they are. We will find out. Mighty Finnish player. Oh, that's cool. Red sauce equals heartburn after 30. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm Italian too, but do we have some Italian drama in chat? Do we have 2 Italians squabbling here? Some drama going down. That actually is a thing too. Okay, I'm curious about that because I know it obviously is with Italian Americans, like East Coast. My whole dad's side of the family are New York City, New Jersey, East Coast Italian Americans, right? And the hand gesture thing is real. Like the speaking with the hand gestures and being very expressive. But is that more of an Italian American stereotype, or is that like, you know, in Italy it's big too? I would imagine it's big in Italy too. I've never been myself, so the time of change is upon us. Yeah, it is. Change your laundry day. Yeah. But yeah. No, Tzeentch is up to no good. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Did he get his buy round point? I hope so. I feel so strange talking in a different language from the majority. I get that. No worries, man. Pone says, almost had the dreaded boss toss. He managed to keep bouncing and stealing objectives. That's how you beat Cathay. You know, that's how you get him. Yeah, playing Tzeentch is, so far, I mean, this is highly anecdotal because it's only 3 games today, but I mean, I feel like I have to work for these wins, but with Nurgle, you really have to work for the wins. Yeah, Nurgle is definitely the suffering faction. I started reading all the Gotrek and Felix books because I watch this channel too much. They're good. Oh, they're so fun. And what's good about Gotrek and Felix is it's like they're easy reads. It's not like it's like some stressful. You know what? Like one of the most miserable reads is, but it's also like fun if you're a Tolkien fan. Is the Silmarillion. Holy shit! It's like reading the Bible, except at least it's interesting stuff. At least for me, you know, it's the Tolkien stuff, but. Just all the name dropping and having to remember all the names and the way it's written. It's written like a Genesis piece, you know, in some ways. Depends on what part you're reading, but yeah, I don't know if Gunhound is here. Gunhound could articulate on that more. He's the Dark Lord of Tolkien. You're on to Orcslayer now. Nice. You know, if you guys are enjoying the Gotrek and Felix series and you want to like read a series that isn't Warhammer, but it's similar in some ways in that it's very, very easy to read. It's just like an easy fantasy read. It's the what's it called? The Drizzt Do'Urden series by R.A. Salvatore. R.A. Salvatore Drizzt trilogy. It's an easy read. The story is freaking awesome. Here we go. Very much has that like retro kind of, I don't know, I guess 90s is retro now. Shit. The Legend of Drizzt. Let's see. God, he wrote 33 books. Sorry guys, I couldn't find it. But yeah, no, the R.A. Salvatore Drizzt series. So it would be Homeland, Exile, and Sojourn would be the books. I don't know if it's in order, but it's so good. I love those. Those are some of my favorite fantasy books ever. The Silmarillion is really fun, but it's tough to get through. Exactly, yeah. If you're a Tolkien fan, it's fun because you learn the origin myths of your favorite, you know, beings in the universe and where everybody came from and whatnot. But yeah, it's a dick deep endeavor, you know. Yeah, I love those books. Homeland, Exile, Sojourn. That's so good. Has a lot of like fun fantasy tropes. I vividly remember there's like, you know, because it all came from Tolkien, right? A lot of it. And there's a whole sequence in the Drizzt series where Drizzt, I don't know, not necessarily, Brunor Battlehammer, the Dwarf King, he goes to reclaim a lost Dwarven kingdom, and he just like, has like an epic duel with his dragon, and it's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Now, if you want more Tolkien, try the Wheel of Time series. Very long books. We watched the Wheel of Time show. It's freaking awful. Oh my God. These major studios just have such a hard-on for trying to just butcher old fantasy universes. We have the atrocity that is the Rings of Power. We have the Wheel of Time, The Witcher. Just the masterpieces of fantasy literature just getting absolutely just punched right in the dong over and over. Yeah. All right, let's refresh this. And yeah, we're about to get into the next round. Okay, so he's got his dub here. All right. Now we just got to wait and see if we can go undefeated. And if not, you know, our odds of making top 4 are pretty good. As long as we win our next game here, we're going to be fine. I will get back to Dune someday. I don't know when, Tommaso, but I do plan on it eventually. Turin, you are a Jits nerd, but not... So, here's the thing. I like the D&D universe. Universes, it depends, I suppose, on what you're looking at, but... I just don't enjoy the role-playing element of D&D as much. But I love the D&D and, you know, Forgotten Realms and, you know, Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate and all that kind of stuff. Slavic folklore is cool. Yeah, definitely needs to be more of it out there. Okay, so let's see what we got in round 4. Let us see. Hopefully we can play some matchups we played before. That would be nice. Okay, so we got Sampo. I don't know what he's playing, but he's done pretty well today. T4. So both of us are pretty good in here. And where is this? This is going to be Sampo. Is it you? Hey. Oh, I played Sampo the other day. Oh yeah, very solid player, very strong player. Yeah, they played Dark Elves, and it was a really scrappy game. I remember that. Okay. The most brutal of pit lords. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's a Dark Elf enjoyer. I remember I had a narrow win with Tzeentch against their Dark Elves. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay. Not sure how to play this matchup, actually. Should be interesting to explore it. You know, elves are a bit of a rare spawn. You don't run into them too much. You know, they're sneaky hobbitses. Okay, so that's going to be you. And I am the first ban here. Okay. Let's see what the dates are. All right. Outstanding. So what map do we want to ban? For the map bans, we will do Haunted Vale, Jade Tomb, or the Geyser Bluff. Let's go ahead and do... So map ban. I will ban Haunted Vale. I don't even know what the Geyser Bluff is, by the way. Geyser Bluff? What is that map? Oh, Geyser Bluff. Oh, okay. I think it's one. I think I have a loose idea of what this map looks like. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ban the Haunted Vale for now. Yeah, we're having a good run so far. We're having a good run. I think we've made top 4. There's maybe still a chance I could not make it, but I don't think so. Depends on how the tiebreakers go, I suppose. And no, yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed. So even if we lose, we're fine. So it looks like it's myself, Sampo, Bostas, and Orange Pest are kind of contending for top 4. But we're gonna see if we can get it in there. So now I just need to know what my opponent's gonna ban. Okay. For Frodo. For Frodo. Ah, that's the good stuff right there, baby. That is the good stuff. No, unfortunately, this isn't really going to be a place where we can use Chosen. Chosen do not have a good time versus all those repeater crossbows. Waiting on the map ban for my opponent before we start picking. What does each do versus double elf bolters? You just ignore them. They don't do much damage against you. You just... And you're talking domination mode, right? Like the competitive dom stuff? Or are you talking just like, you know, land battle with the homies? So we're going to play Jade Tomb, which is the map I actually wanted with the home objective. All right. So let's get our army blocker up. We have our map. And now it is time to party. The Halfling DLC, you better watch out. The moot means business. Okay, so we're going to get 4 of those. Definitely want some of these. Metal magic is not bad here. Although I just think Chaos Sorcerer on a disc spamming pink and blue fire is probably going to be the most cost-effective option. All right. Surprised you didn't mention... Yeah, I don't know that one, Kinslayer. Don't know that one. One of the funniest parts about like halflings in general is how in the in the Warhammer lore, like when they're mentioned, it's like they're mentioned as these like disgusting like you know, perverts basically. Yeah, it's pretty funny. What is the range on these guys? 130. Yeah, it's about the same as the dark shards. Okay. So they can definitely do some business. Is it Big Bird time? You know, the Big Bird does call to me. Oh, the Big Bird. He does call. But, you know, getting your big chicken sniped doesn't feel great, you know? It does not feel great. I think we're going to do... Since our chances are pretty good at getting top 4, we're going to do some truly forbidden sauce. Can we get the dog blocker again? Yeah, we can resummon Wookiee. Yeah. He was a good boy. Very, very good boy. Okay, a couple of these. We're going to need those to chase some shit and be disruptive. And for the rest of our disappearing acts, you know what? That might actually be relevant here. Is that going to be enough? Changebringers in this matchup are a little bit risky into Harpy, I think. Yeah, a little bit risky, I think. Okay. We got some evilness. You guys are really in for a treat here, like seriously. We'll see if the gods, if Tzeentch is going to be on our side or if we're going to be cursed. Okay, so one more second here. Looks fine. Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. Greasus says dad strength? Probably. I mean, he's not young, right? A little older. I assume ogres have like a similar lifespan to the humans in Warhammer Fantasy, maybe a little bit longer or something. Although I don't know. If you're following the pattern of like bigger creatures not living as long, it's like the ogres would probably have a shorter lifespan than humans in Warhammer Fantasy, right? Well, not including like being killed, right? So let's see. How long do ogres live in Warhammer Fantasy? What does the AI say? Warhammer Fantasy, while ogres are not known to live to old age due to their violent culture, they are generally considered to have a lifespan of 90 years. Really? Wow. Okay then. Yeah, that's something. Greasus 8, because Greasus 8 is dead. Yeah. Okay. So Dark Elves here. Should be fun. Win or lose. We brought an incredibly crazy build that you guys will enjoy and really get that power fantasy going. Yeah, they live a long time. A healthy, balanced diet of just red meat. Yes. Okay, guys, so here's what we have. I have the dreaded double chariot character, but I brought the Book of Secrets. So you guys are in for a real treat here. And we have an exalted flamethrower guy because they're freaking awesome against Dark Elves. So we're just going to value trade and poke and, yeah, go from there. One sec, guys. All right. So, let's get it going. Let's have some fun. Let us do it. Are you guys ready for me to get 6 Fate of Bunas? God, imagine how... I would actually feel like a little bad if I got 6 Fate of Bunas against my opponent and just rolled 6 Fates. Oh man, that'd be rough. Yeah, Scourge Hunter Chariots, Medusa. Do I really have a way of killing that Medusa? I mean, I guess blue fire spam. Yeah. I guess we just go with the blue fire spam. Chariots can go hide in the trees. We have our flamethrower man. We're just going to have to, absorb some of the Scourge Hunter ammunition. We're going to run you over here and do this. Yeah, I don't really have, like, an effective way to deal with these. That's very true. So let's start going after the Medusa. Thing's going to be a pain, right? So we need to get working on it. Okay. So we do manage to hit that thing with the blue fire, which is good. The blue fire with the fur. And we got a Marathi pick over there as well. Cool. So let's get you guys doing it. And we're going to send a Marauder over there for now. Can definitely go do Mortal Wombat here if we want to. All right, let's pull you guys back. Retreat a little bit. Let those shields regenerate. And now look at the Flamer of TZEENTCH. Oh, did it actually make contact? It did. All right, so we just need to retreat and let the shields regen, basically. Yeah. So back you go. Let's use the dreaded shields. We're just kind of poking in a little bit, and then we can use the blue fire here. Don't want to lose this demon. That would not be good. Definitely don't want to lose the demon. And the Protoss shield should be regenerating now. Let's get you guys over there. Go do a little bit of screening, and now the Medusa is poking as well. Okay. So the demon is going to live to fight another day. We're going to move you guys up. And we're going to go and take our chariot characters over there and see what kind of poking we can do. Also, we can do some of this, because we have Colossal Strike. So, we can give anti-large to these things, which is going to be nice. Okay. Let's get you back over this way. We do manage to make contact in the back there, so that's cute. Now it's retreat, and we're just going to kind of keep poking with the TZEENTCH shenanigans. Let's get more Forsaken coming in. So I'm down in value, but a lot of it is just, shield damage. Yeah, it's just shield poking. So I'm hoping we can really cackle here. All right. Medusa's doing work though, man. They're hurting. They're hurting bad. Hey, look at that. Nice. And we hit the chariots there. That was pretty fortunate. So back goes our little flamethrower demon, our flamethrower demon beast. We're enduring the ammunition well, and now we are just going to be spamming out Centaurs of TZEENTCH, right? That's going to be the play. Let's keep saving up the blue fires. Marathi thinking she wants some, but I can just run. I don't need to fight her. Medusa's here. And we do get the Cold One Knights now arriving too. That's why we mixed in some halberds. Gotta stay away there. All right, do we have enough for another blue fire? Not for anything super crazy. Let's do this. You shoot here. And we can sacrifice a Marauder a little bit just to poke. And we can do this. Get the overcasted blue fire. And we also get the flamethrower there, which is good. Okay. So is that going to get it done? Yeah, it's almost dead. It's almost dead. All right. So it's been some good trading here. It's been great. It's been some nice high quality trading. Okay, so those guys are going to retreat. We'll get you guys going, and now we can do this. Calling in Centaurs of TZEENTCH to help a little bit. Almost down for the count. And the Scourge Hunters are almost out of ammo too, so this is fine. This is fine. All right, so the Medusa's going to run away. I might need to blast it with another blue fire here to get the kill. Okay, don't want to risk losing the demon. Yeah, let's get you back. We're going to get you here, and you here as well. Cool beans. So now we can start getting a little bit more aggressive, I think. Just teasing a little bit, having some fun. And let's get the Forsaken into you guys. You guys can go here. And we can pull you guys back, obviously. Yeah. Marathi going to get a Soul Stealer on us, but not a huge deal. Let's get another bombardment right there. And yeah. That is going to be potentially an S tier TZEENTCH ability. It depends on how he dodges it, but we're going to see. All right, so let's get these Centaurs to go after the overextending units here. Call in another one of these. Oh, yeah, look at that TZEENTCH army ability. That was nice. So now we can do this, and let's grab one of the homies here, and we're going to do the Book of Secrets on... Yeah, nobody yet. Don't really need to at this point. All right. So those things are getting smashed up pretty good. And yeah, we got the halberds hanging in there. Let's do a Book of Secrets on you. Is it going to be the Buna? Oh, we got the Buna. Oh yeah, we got the Buna, baby. That's really good. Oh shit, my lord. Oh, I might have just thrown. Oh man, okay, hold on. Oh no. Come on. What am I doing? Yeah, the lord could be in some danger here, so we're gonna go ahead and land it on the ground and see if we can save it from Rathi's clutches. Okay, and it looks like we were able to get away. That's pretty big. If my lord had died there, that would have been very, very bad. All right, so back you go. And my lord is just going to kind of cackle in the distance now, so let's get him back up in the sky here. Let's get the flamethrower man to keep shooting at you guys. And the Book of Secrets and company, yeah, let's roll over here. Pull you back this way, get you guys moving in. All right. So I was like, something felt a little bit off there. I don't know what it was, but... Okay, so we never finished this. We have our big boys over here. Flamethrower Man is doing it, and Rathi's actually coming in, which is very, very ballsy. I think I might be able to value trade here into her pretty well. The Medusa is still not dead, which is crazy. And we're going to drop this spawn right there. All right, so that's good. Let's go hunt you guys down. Let's do this. Let's get a halberd unit to come anchor this. Oops. Okay, so the spawner there. And we need to run with you. Yeah, just run right away with you. All right, there we go. So in you go, and let's get the halberd boys to go here. A little bit of this. Centaurs were able to catch their prize, so let's go ahead and scream across this way. And yeah, I think we're in good shape. Those halberds are hanging in there. We've pulled the value. Let's get another Centaur coming out. Get those guys purring and ready to go. The TZEENTCH chariot characters. We do have the Book of Secrets. How many more charges do I have? Let's use the Book of Secrets here. Do we get the damage? No, we just get the debuff there. Still very good though. Still very, very nice. All right, so these Centaurs are going to die for sure. They're gonna pay the old price there. And we have the Centaurs of TZEENTCH who can go and get ready to intercept here, but I think we just hunker down on this objective and call it a day. You do overextend a little bit there. Feels bad, but it is what it is. Okay, so chariots. Let's go here. Let's get these Centaurs back, and yeah, now we just kind of fan out and get some halberds parked here, and we just win on the 2 points. Is going to be the play. Rathi's still pretty healthy, so is our wizard. Our wizard's still cackling it out, and how can I deal with those guys back there is the problem. Yeah, it's going to be a big issue. All right, so I think we could take this fight here, actually, with the Book of Secrets, boys. So we're going to pop the Witchcraft, and which one of them has Book of Secrets off cooldown? This one. Ah, we get the damage again, brutal. All right, so now we can rear charge into these guys. And you guys can go sprint over here and go head that shit off right now. I think we just win this fight here. These characters are very, very menacing. And we can start blue fire spamming on Rathi and stuff if we want to. So I think that's going to be the play. Okay, back you go. Let's call in another Centaur of TZEENTCH here. And yeah, we completely fold them up here, which is good. All right. So how do we want to do this? Yeah, you guys can engage here. And we are going to charge into the flank of this unit. All right, great. So that was money. The dreaded Book of Secrets has been truly evil this game. So we're going to start shooting at Morathi a little bit. We have our Flamer, who I forgot about for like the past 10 minutes, which is super good. And yeah, we do get a little bit of damage on her, which is great. Okay, up on the point, and my lord is being harried, so let's land him on the ground here, give him a little bit of support. And hopefully we can hold on this point here. We just need to roast some of these guys. All right, so my lord lands on the ground. Let's get the Book of Secrets bros over there. And those harpies are still struggling to land on the ground. Do we have some Centaurs here that are pretty healthy? We do. Yeah, they're hanging in there. Let's go chase you down. Let's go chase you down. And in the meantime, let's get some flyers, get them around the back of the spears, and try and kill them. That would be nice. Rathi's actually kind of low too. We could probably jump back up in the sky here in a second. Let's park you on the back of the objective. And yeah, those guys just get chased by those tattered, haggard units. Okay. Let's get them there with a little witchcraft, a little razzle-dazzle. Battle the Crows of Cain. Spears do get folded. And now we just retreat back this way. Yeah, keep those guys offline. So we probably going to want to call in some good units here, some infantry, just try and hold positions. Although I don't really have anything. Jeez. Okay, we just got to go Furies. I think like everything is on the field because we had a pretty elite army here, you know? Okay. So that looks fine. And we can go ahead and do another sniping attempt on Marathi here. So we're going to do this. Park you guys underneath. You guys can go over here. And here we go. Okay, so Marathi does get popped a little bit there, which is good. I guess we could just send the Furies to chase these things down. That's probably going to be our best bet. Let's charge there. Okay, he's maybe thinking about coming for my Lord, so I gotta be paying some attention to that. Let's go get the Book of Buna and start, you know, having a good old jolly time with that. All right, so Marathi, we might be able to get her with the TZEENTCH army ability, believe it or not. Yeah, let's see if we could pop her with that. This player is good micro, though. Very strong micro. Okay, Book of Secrets, bros. Are we ready? What book are we going to get? We got the... I've gotten 2 Bunas this game. Oh, Marathi's dead. Okay. Yeah. We actually killed Marathi with the TZEENTCH army ability, so that's great. So that's probably going to be game there. This is a very sweaty one, though. Very, very sweaty. Okay. And let's use the Colossal Strike on the Chariot characters. And get our Furies. Yeah, they're still doing their thing here. Move you guys up. Call in another Centaur here. Spam those bad boys out. Very, very good trades. And I do have another Book of Secrets. Did we get the Buna? No, we don't get the Buna. You can't, you know, get it all the time here. As fun as it is, it should not be something you get all the time. That is for sure. All right, so now let's move up to the home point here. Chaos Lord is just chillaxing. We're able to fold those guys back. Those repeater crossbows are hurting, man. Those things are freaking hurting. All right, and you guys go there. Okay. Okay, flamethrowers, halberds against the inevitable cav spam. We can move you over here. Let's take the chariot characters towards objective 1. Flamethrower man, just unsummon him at this point. We can get him back in the pool. And you guys chase there. Great. So now it's just going to be Dark Riders spamming out, most likely. That would be my guess. So let's get you guys over to this point. Do I have any magic left? I do not, but you can't unsummon your Lord, obviously. That would be strong right now, actually. It would be strong. Yeah, I mean, the chariots have high armor. They have regenerating shields. There's a lot of good stuff they do. That's for sure. And they have good armor piercing. Okay, so watch them. They should plow these guys over pretty good here. Let's go chase here. Keep some Centaurs there, although unsummoning them is probably going to be a better play. Yeah, look at the amount of damage they do. So freaking nice. All right, so we're going to charge there. You guys go after them, and that's going to be GG. All right, that was a good game. Really scrappy, man. 4-0, undefeated with TZEENTCH. Holy shit, didn't think that was going to go like that tonight. But, yeah. Overall, the TZEENTCH characters did really good. The Lord was fine. The Exalted Flamer. 2,000 value on this guy. The Blue Fire finishing off the Medusa was good. And everything else just kind of worked like clockwork. No complaints. GG, well played. All right. Cool beans, man. So it begins. And where are we at? Okay. He's a very good Dark Elf player. There's not very many of them, but the couple people who do focus on Dark Elves are scary. Yeah, they can be menaces. I myself really dislike playing any of the Elvish factions. I just don't like having units that are that squishy, like that have that low HP. I'm too forgetful. It would just, yeah. Dude, the Book of Secrets, we got 2 Fate Abunas. So we got 44 Winds of Magic from those freaking things, worth of just brutal damage. It's really funny. So I'm pretty sure we got 2 Fate Abunas. We got 2 Fate Abunas, 2 Enfeebling Foes. Couldn't have been a third one. Was it a third Buna? I don't know. That feels a little cheesy, though, the book thing, because it's like, Abunas will, like, win games, you know? So you either just get nothing, or you just, like, cackle and take it all the way to the bank, you know? All right. I'm actually not sure if armor affects the damage you take on the TZEENTCH shield. That's a really good question. I don't know off the top of my head. I would assume not. I would assume it's just kind of like you take full damage on them, and then I don't know, though. That's a really good question, actually. Can you say just as planned while making the yeah, just as planned, yes. The comical villain. Yeah, the comical villain goodness here. So you guys just all taking it easy tonight? Just you know, got this on in the background. What are you guys painting? You guys painting any minis? I have to live through you. What glorious armies are you guys painting? 40k, old world. Yeah, I'm curious to hear. A second Buna's just hit the field. How about a third Buna? Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right. We're predicting all the moves, yes. The Tzeentch is, we can see the future. What if Tzeentch's army ability allowed you to see their builds as they're building it? That would be the truly forbidden tech. Ah, Bastos and Orange Pest playing. They're playing for a spot. That's fun. We'll see who gets it. Scrambled has made it. Sampo has made it. So that's, you know, I feel comfortable enough against the Dark Elves. So having them in the top 4 is good. I don't know what Scrambled's playing, and I don't know what Bastos or Orange Pest are playing, so we'll find out. Working on your Dark Angels Firstborn army. Hell yeah, let's go. Are you doing the classic Dark Angels green, or are you doing like the more cream colored armor they have? You just got your Death Guard army done? Nice, nice. I wish we could like share pictures on stream. That'd be fun. Well, that would probably get degenerate really quickly, to be fair. But yeah, no, it's a cool fantasy to have. Creating a new magic deck, nice. Who's your commander? Or is it just for modern or standard or something? Working on a clan rat regiment. Oh, ready to start painting them all this weekend. Ah, Bastos was inspired by the Nurgle, huh? That's fun. Nice. Orange Pest is on Tomb Kings. Okay, I would much rather play Nurgle than Tomb Kings any day of the week. What faction is a good counter against Tzeentch? Let's see. I actually don't know Tzeentch very well. I don't play them too often, so we're learning them tonight, although it might seem like we've played them more, but yeah, we're still. So Tzeentch is sitting at 45% win rate, and it seems as if they suck against Lizardmen. Wood Elves tend to beat them. Khorne tends to beat them. Granted, we didn't win that. Beastmen, Ogre Kingdoms. You know, like these matchups are probably the only ones that maybe carry any credence. Like all these matchups up here are probably fine or winnable if you know what you're doing. Yeah, you can always go to TotalTavern.com and check out the stats on matchups. That'll give you not the best idea because the skill variance is different between the players, you know, but it's still something. That's right. The humble bragging, yeah. We'll see. We're probably just going to get to the semis and just get right in the dong. But if we get Nurgle, that's great. I would love to play some Nurg. Some big Nurgle. Yeah, Commander, I just brought the Street Fighter Secret Lair. Oh, that's fun. You're building a Chun-Li deck. Nice. Yeah, they just, the Khans of Tarkir stuff's coming. Which looks fun. I always really like Tarkir. Dominario is my favorite set, but or Plane of Existence. I just like all the sets that take place on Dominaria, like the classic realm. You can start it in channel or yeah, we have an art section in Discord where people can share their photos. Absolutely, we already have that. People share their armies there and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, so we're almost there. Hey, Orange Pest with the win. No, not the Tomb Kings. No, I wanted to play Nurgle. Orange Pest, how could you do this? Now I have to play Tomb Kings. Okay, so it looks like it's me, Orange Pest, Maximillionaire, and potentially Scrambled Egg Special. Now there's a couple games still going. Maybe Martinius could still qualify, I think, too. Oh, shit, yeah. If Martinius wins, he qualifies, probably. And then that would be Greenskins. All right, should be fun. Yeah, I really like the lore of Dominaria and Magic. You know, you get all these like stupid Magic sets, like the pod racing set they just had. It's like, God, dude, you know, it's drifted so far. But like, look, I'm not like some some Neckbeardimus Maximus. Like if people enjoy that, cool. It's just for me, I like the more kind of old school Magic sets, like Dominaria, like the whole Urza conflict, like that era of lore is so good. Khans of Tarkir was amazing, amazing set. It was really good. Chariot characters could bully Sphinxes. I don't know, but they have Ushapti Great Bows that just shoot your guys, so it is supremely evil. Oh, Mirrodin, I love the Mirrodin set. Oh, the Mirrodin set is so good. Like, let's look at the art. Let's look at some of the art on that. Okay. Mirrodin. Is it Mirrodin? Mirrodin. I really liked the set. The Mirrodin block where the Phyrexians invade. That set had some amazing art. Yeah, that's some really good art. Yeah, this is like awesome. Look at this. Yeah, here's the art cards. Like I love the Phyrexian Crusader art. And Thrun, the Last Troll. The Tezzeret art is so good. Phrysis. Still has that kind of like 80s fantasy kind of aesthetic to it. And like the Massacre Worm. Oh, the art on the Mirrodin Phyrexian conflict set was so freaking good. My dad went to an estate sale recently, paid 50 cents for a pile of revised cards. Oh my god, that dude, your dad lived the power fantasy, Lord Barrington. That is like every Magic player's power fantasy, is to show up to a thrift store and just see some, yeah, I got some old cards here, and get them for like $1 and have like dual lands. Innistrad, the original Innistrad was one of the best sets of all time. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, the Van Helsing is just done so freaking well. It's a thing of beauty. I want to build an Avacyn deck. Just nuke the board and laugh it off. Yeah, Avacyn's it is mono white. That's the problem. Mono white decks are typically a little bit hard to pull off, but if you have enough fast mana rocks, things like that, you can pull it off. But it's hard. Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got. Do we have our top 4 yet? I don't believe so. Soon. We're going to have top 4 here in just a minute, guys. Thanks for your patience. Have I seen the Soulless one? The Phyrexian card, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? Hang on, let me look. Oh yeah, the zombie card. He's like power equal to all the zombies. Yeah, I love zombie tribal decks. Those are fun. I played those growing up. That was like almost all my commander decks have been zombies, one way or the other. Yeah, 7th edition was, I think they were white bordered at that point, right? Like the cards had gone to white border. Can't remember. Hank Hill dropping off some cards. How many of you guys have actually lived that power fantasy, aside from that gentleman's dad in chat, that have like stumbled upon an old collector's like Magic set or something? I had a total Frodo moment. Not Frodo, Bilbo. So this would have been, oh man, maybe 10 years ago before I started YouTube. I was working at an office job, right? And and there was one of my coworkers was a little bit older. I was like 24, 25, and he was maybe close to 40, but he had collected Magic in the 90s, and he didn't know the value of his collection. So he brought in his collection to me and was like, yeah, just, take any ones you want. They're just old. I don't think they're worth anything. And I had the most Bilbo moment ever. It was just like my eyes popped out of my head. This man had like all the original dual lands. I'm fairly certain he had one of the OG Moxes in there. Yeah, like, why shouldn't I take it? No, of course not. I would never do that. But that, like, I like, when like Bilbo like goes, rah, and he like reaches out and like tries to grab the ring. That was like when I saw those dual lands. I felt like I was like, oh man. And the guy was just having a kid too. So when I told him how much all the cards were worth, he was so excited. He's like, dude, this is gonna help pay for our new baby. But yeah, that was the closest I ever came to the to stumbling upon an old collection. But yeah, I was a small-time Magic seller for a few years. Had a couple times where someone wanted to sell and brought some wild stuff. That's fun. Yeah, you probably see a lot of that when you work in that kind of field. Okay. Is Boss Toss, did he advance to top 4 yet? I don't think so, not yet. Sorry guys, still waiting. By the way, we need like a Tzeentchian background, right? What are we doing here with this bullshit? There we go. Yeah, this is great. This is like perfect Tzeentch background. Semis. That was a lawful good moment, it was. It was a lawful good moment. But the evil Bilbo, like, hand reaching out, it was real. Yeah. I would just tell them the value and offer it, yeah. Oh, for sure. You got to do it, man. You don't want to be one of those people. Okay. I got ripped off as a kid a lot, because I used to go to the local game stores like a 9-year-old to play. So my mom and dad would drop me off when I was a kid, and they would drop me off to play in like drafts and shit. And I can't tell you how many times now, like that I look back, I was just scammed by these like 40-year-old neckbeards. I remember I had a Lion's Eye diamond, I had a Eureka. Because I started collecting in like 1995 or 6. So I just opened packs and had some like big money cards, right? And these guys would offer me like, 10, 20, 30 just piece of shit bulk rares that I thought were cool because it was like a 9/9 dragon. And they would just like rip off these like money cards off me. I vividly remember that. So it's a pet peeve of mine for sure. Yeah, it was a pet peeve. All right. Yep, Red Sky should be good. And the round must be done. Maybe he's waiting on something. Am I getting pinged? So let me see. I'm not the host of this tournament, so I shouldn't be getting the old ping there. Did you want to cast the playoff game? Yo-Yo, M playing. So, I'll cast once eliminated. Okay, they're just talking to me there. He's asking me if I want to cast the play. Oh, they're doing a playoff game right now. Oh. Okay. Okay, they were like maybe doing a... Okay, I didn't understand what was happening. Now we're good. Oh. Let's see. I did have a bunch of experience. Guys, give me cards I needed for my deck. Yeah, no, there was a lot of good people who were very welcoming at the LGSs, but there was a couple Neckbeard Miss Maximuses that I remember pretty vividly. Turn against Tomb Kings, would the Cult of Tzeentch on a War Shrine be worth it? Oh, yeah, maybe, but the problem is they bring Great Bows. So Great Bows will probably pound your shrine pretty badly. Okay, let's see what Boss House is saying. Aces. Standing by. Standing by. All right. Orange Pest is coming. Oh no! And you're on Tomb Kings. Oh God! Just end me, bro. Are the Sphinxes at least limited to 1? I hope so. I hope I don't have to face the dreaded double Sphinx. That's really the evil sauce right there. Dude, Pest, I would be very excited for you to get your first tournament win. All right, so okay, I'm playing Martinius again. Okay, unfortunately that's not good because he can adjust to the build. All right. So let's do this, and we're playing a rematch of our game earlier. Yeah. So we got the rematch. It's on. So what are we on now? It's probably going to be the last stream I do with my pirate eye, by the way. I'm going to be picking up my prescription glasses for my Igor eye tomorrow, which is going to be great. Another one of this. Yes. Good practice. Okay, so Rift at World's Edge, the Blood Grove, or the Road to Talabheim. So I will ban first. I will ban Blood Grove? Or I will ban Road to Talab. Okay, we're going to ban Road to Talabheim. So we got greenskins in the semifinals. Again, at least we beat them earlier, so we know it's possible. We know we can bleed. I'm going to have to change my build, though, because, I actually did ask my doctor about a monocle. I was like, can I get an iPad? He just laughed. He didn't say yes or no. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll stop You should be able to get prescription monocles. That would look really cool. Hang on, prescription monocle. You actually can. Holy shit. That's really funny. Okay, what map are we going to be playing? We're playing Rift at the World's Edge. Okay, that's fine. It's a very neutral map. That last map kind of favored our style a little bit, so we're going to have to probably switch it up a tiny bit. But we'll see what's cooking. He's going to switch up his build for sure. He is going to switch it up. Okay, looks fine. How much paint? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they mount the monocle. Does it... I guess it's like goes over one ear and then there's like a chain that runs across like the back of your head or something to the... I'm not sure how the monocles stay on. You should wear a monocle as you rip kids off cards. Yeah, just embrace the full neckbeardism. Embrace the neckbeardia. Yeah, that's actually really funny. Now the question is, do I change what I do or do I stay the course? Not sure. Okay. That looks fine to me. The burning heads are pretty big. He did bring the blorks, the shielded blorks. Rift at the World's Edge, you don't really have like a safe home objective, to my knowledge. So he goes Grom, right? Yeah, he goes Grom, River Troll Hag. That's definitely good. The burning heads are pretty important, I feel, but I'm almost thinking about trying something a little different here. Chaos Lord does have a shield there, which is nice. Is this a time of the Book of Secrets? And just roll like 5 Fata Bunas and win? That would be very funny. I wonder, we actually talked about the match last time. We were like wondering if yeah, I think 3 of those is a little excessive. Yeah, you can still see the remnants of the cost increases that TZEENTCH got back in the day. They have not forgotten the old ways. Okay. Bring Valkia. Yeah. Yes, if only I could bring Valkia. That would be some real powerful stuff here. I don't want to change it up too much, you know, like it worked last time, so let's put the burden of effort on him. Although the map is not as easy. The last map I literally could just like sit halberds in a freaking box and cackle. But not here. Not here. Not from a Jedi. Yeah, TZEENTCH Shrine is kind of an interesting one. But getting the kills near it is not easy. Double Changebringer. He got wrecked by Changebringers really bad last time. So I suspect he's going to probably have something to try and deal with that, you know. He's going to be there. Watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Okay, that's fine. Can you dig it? You got all these guys at the ready. So the only rampaging he can really do is if he does not bring Grom. If he brings like a goblin kind of gremlin hero of some sort, right? Haven't seen Village in a while. Village is actually okay in this matchup. He's fine. You can do Village. Okay. You can do it. Put your back into it. Almost ready. Yes. Oh, do I the book it's literally I feel like I'm the guy in the main story who's like the Book of Secrets or the Tome of Fate. You know, and he's just all like, you know, pontificating about it and shit. But it's always in service to another. Those guys are expensive. 850. Why Tzeentch do you have to be so pricey sometimes? You know, just all this expensive shit. Okay. All right, we're getting real crunk here, guys. It's a different build, but it has some similarities. But I have to adjust to the map. Win or lose, though, very happy that we've gotten this far with Tzeentch tonight, and I think we can definitely get a dub with them sometime, if not tonight. All right. Cries in High Elf. High Elves are, if I were to try and like grind an elf faction in tournaments nowadays, it'd probably be High Elves actually. I like their monster play. I really like using High Elf skirmishers with like Phoenixes. That style of like hit and run and bouncing around a big map is very fun actually. All right. It's not Tzeentch if it's not overpriced, yeah. So I'm going to be unleashing the most evil forbidden tech possible, which is the double Book of Secrets. And if I get enough Bunas, then, you know, the sun and stars will die out and my opponents will tremble. So, all right. So we got Village. He's going to be rolling dirty with the boys. No Burning Head this time. We have a single Spearman. And we have an Exalted Flamer, who I was like, this could be kind of fun. Aside from that, the builds, Centaurs, Screamers, you know, all the usual suspects. So, yeah, these guys, I'm hoping, can get some disgusting damage. And Village will maybe anchor me on an objective. So I'm going to go park my Chose on an objective 1 and just start fighting my way towards objective 2, basically, is what's going to be cooking there. So, yeah, should be good. You like this build, Urathron. You like it, dirty dog. Don't act like you don't like this. This isn't what you dream about at night. Now it's pod racing, that's right. God, that's such an old thing. Yeah, he didn't change his build much. It looks like it's mostly the same shit. Yeah, archers and skirmishers and shit. Yeah. Is he ready for the Book of Secrets, though? That is the question. Is he ready for the Buna books? Because they're coming and they're pissed. For reinforcements, yeah, I probably should have brought some more halberds and reinforcements. He gets the moon howlers up on the point, which I should be able to get there in time with my chariots. I'm not sure. We'll go do a little bit of poke, a little razzle dazzle. But yeah, he doesn't have rampage, so changebringers are still going to be very good. Move. I don't want to let him get all the objectives for free, you know. Let's get these Forsaken coming up. And we do push him off the point. And we get a pretty good roast there. Nice, look at that. Right in the face. All right. So we're going to get you as well, or maybe just run away a little bit now, yeah. Agents of Change. All right. Can we get Grom in the face a little bit? It's going to be nice. Oh, yeah, nice. Look at that free damage right there. All right. Awesome sauce. So we just kind of park on this objective here. You know, cook a little bit. We've already gotten some very cost-effective damage, actually. I could go do some poking here, but I got to be careful. He's dodging. The boy is watching now. So we need to turn that thing the other way and then come over here and get ready to do it. Centaurs of Tzeentch are going to be our next call-in. We're going to go ahead and start waddling over soon. We do get these guys. Let's go run over some Night Goblins, because why the hell not? And Changebringers, maybe. Oh, yes. Give me the free kills. Give them to me, precious. So we're going to move you over, and we do manage to get those characters off. Cool beans. And now, let's wait till they use a little bit of magic. We'll call some Senties out first. Village, the Curseling can move over here as well. We're just going to park you guys there, and the fight for the middle objective is now going to take place. So we don't have a ton of utility to poke back, but we have gotten some good damage so far, which is nice. Back you go. The Book of Buna stands at the ready. They might try some funny business in the woods here, but I'm not too concerned about it. Village can just kind of rotate between the 2 points. Hey, yeah, I mean, we're killing skirmishers. What's not to love? Changebringers are next. 100%. Not a lot of archers are shooting at the moment. He's thinking about swarming that objective, but I think we're fine there. These are just haggard goblins and, you know, goblin spears and shit. Okay, so some pumps are coming to pump the jams on us here. And we are getting some damage, which is good. Yeah, melting quite a few of these skirmishers. Grom's waiting in the wings. He's waiting there. And we'll come and try and get on the Moonhowlers here, if at all possible. And then we can call in one mobile piece to come and Space Jam Slam on those Orc boys. All right, so he's not going to let that shit happen. Let's go ahead and fight here. Keep shooting at the Hag. Let's get Village over there as well. And we can use the Colossal Strikes. All right, great. So that's got to be money. And we'll go and just collapse on those guys here. Get the Squig Hoppers, which is going to be good. Hag's getting it a little bit. Let's move the Chosen up. Move these guys up as well. And yeah, great. So we do get a nice charge with the Centaurs there. And we want to get a bombardment on those guys, which is going to be nice. All right, so the Chariot characters need to go after these guys. Both Centaurs have engaged, so we're going to pull them back out here and get them to come across and head those guys off. We do have the Book of Secrets, so we're going to use that on you guys. Hopefully get a little Buna action, and you guys can go here, head those things down, and hopefully we will hold. The Ruggelad's boys actually got pounded pretty solidly right there, which is outstanding. And next we're going to get the Changebringers, 100%. So we're going to call out the Changebringers and have them start cooking. Have them start doing the nice breakfasts and all that goodness. So we do manage to fold up that back position. And Changebringers are almost on the way out. I hear Fate of Una, but it's not mine, so that's not good. And can we reach you guys? Hey, do we get them with anything? We get them with the Book of Secrets, so their speed actually gets slowed, which is actually not irrelevant, which is hilarious. All right, so Centaurs can do their thing here. Rear charge over this way, and you guys run. Let's pull back a little bit, and we're going to want to get our Chariot characters back, because they're just kind of getting zerged a little bit at the moment, which feels bad. All right, so there they go. And Chariot characters are on the retreat, and Village is still grinding it out. Value trading is close. And now we have a whole bunch of flamethrowers to activate here, including this. So let's see if we can get them there, do a little bit of damage, come across this way, start picking off some of these units here, and we do get some damage. Okay, that's not bad. That ain't bad at all. All right, coming under here. Changebringer's getting some work done, so just targeting the Orc Boar boys is for sure going to be the big business here, right? That's what we need. All right, Screamers come. You guys slam into the Orc Boar chariots there, which is going to be good. Let's get Village and company to go over here, and we've almost got these down, so they're down for the count. Let's do this. And do we want to go for a snipe on Grom? I don't know. It feels a little bit risky. Feels a little bit risky. I don't have the Tzeentch army ability quite yet, which feels bad. But yeah, we're going to have to just win this grind here. It's not going to be easy, but we should have some decent trades. Okay, so what's Grom doing? Yeah, Grom is here. Maybe an opportunity to get a snipe on Grom. You know, that would be pretty big. Yeah, we do get a point-blank Changebringer blast. And, ooh! Oh, man, that hurt bad. Let's get him with this to try and slow him down. So we're going to try and cook him again. See if we can get him there. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff right there. That's the frickin' stuff. All right. So let's get these boar boys. Pull you back a little bit. Get more Screamers coming in to try and cook those guys off. We're going to see if we can hold this ground and just run with these chariots for now. All right, Village, let's get on there and grind it out. Grom the Paunch he's running right now. I don't know if he's actually going to, flee all the way off and whatnot, but yeah, we're gonna hopefully be fine here. Screamers, let's jump on the boar boys. And we do lose the Changebringers. Okay, nice play from my opponent there. Yeah, he was. He paid the price. So losing the Changebringers to those archers and that Buna feels pretty bad. We can do the Tzeentch army ability to try and pop you off. Let's do a little bit of this. Get some more spears coming in. We have some mobility that can maybe make its way back over here and do its thing, but man, oh man, it's going to be tough. These are goblins right there. Let's do a little bombardment right there. Can we get back in this? It's going to be hard, man. It's going to be very hard. Let's unsummon you. Unsummon you. Screamers have done good. We do get a big vortex right there, and maybe we're going to be able to rat our way back in this game. He's really ahead on points, though, pretty heavily. All right. Let's call one of you guys out. So we need to bunker bust them off here. with all these characters. I do have the Book of Secrets. Let's just use it here. Yeah, no Bunas this time around, which, you know, it's probably fair. We got our Buna allotment last game. That was enough. Okay, so let's do this. Get the Screamers lurking overhead. Centaurs need to just go charge into whatever they can, and we do manage to re-secure our back objective here, which is good. So let's consolidate our strength. You know, get some more Marauders coming in. Keep juking here a little bit, and yeah, we do have these really sustainable fighty characters. You know, that's something that's quite good for us here. All right, so we got the Boar Boys, and we need to get Village into that fight too. A couple spears in the mix. Okay, so at least the hemorrhaging is calming down now. You know, we're not going to be freaking... do we have any books? We do have a book. Okay, let's go. Come on, TZEENTCH! Oh, no Bunas! No! We didn't get the Buna that time, lads. We did not get it. Yeah, it feels bad. We don't deserve it, though. You know, that was a little too much villainy there. All right, let's call the spear in there. And do we have enough for another Vortex? We have the TZEENTCH army ability. Grom the Paunch. Let's just blast him again just to keep him out of the fight, you know. Colossal Strikes. We do break some of the Boar Boys. And Centaur's here trying to clean up these guys, although these are goblins without spears, so that's fine. Oh, trying to grind it out, but yeah, it's not going quite as well this time. The other map was definitely better for us too, I feel. All right, let's get some more Forsaken coming in. Why have you forsaken me? Always reminds me of that song whenever I hear it. Yeah, I mean, Grom is almost dead back there. Shit, man. He's real low. A Buna on the Centaurs is really good. Yeah, losing Changebringers was sloppy. He did a good job with that. He did a pretty good job with that. Okay, so 1,100 points. We're down a little bit, but it's really not too bad. These boys here, let's move in and just kind of crush across. See if we can get back to this. I do have the Book of Secrets. It's coming. It's coming once again. I could go Changebringers again, but I don't know if that'll give me enough like capture agency. Yeah, maybe Grom fled. I don't know if he did, but he's just kind of keeping me pinned on this one objective, you know, very well. All right. Let's charge the Moonhowlers. Keep the pit fight going here. We're going to have another Vortex here in a minute. A couple Chosen still fighting. Let's get those guys back in. They make all the difference. I'm really liking these Chariot characters, though. They're really nice. They've been very disruptive. Come on, Buna! Oh, no Buna. Not today. Not today, says the God of Death. Not today. Feels bad. All right. So we've basically got this objective. We have one of our characters left here. Let's get you guys into these guys, and the Chariot Man can move in there too. And we got 1,200 points. Ugh, Grom getting away, dude. Yeah, man. If we got Grom, it's probably game over. That's the worst part of it. Okay, we're gonna cast the Vortex right there, try and get both those guys. Okay, so we are grinding a bit down. We get a Vortex back there, which nails both those archers. These are broken test mobs, so we're going to try and run through the spears. Let's have you guys brace, and maybe we can get through those. A lot of Squig Hoppers coming in, and yeah, we did kind of block it with the brace. Vortex from Village did good. Colossal Strike. Let's get you guys on the point. Centaur coming out, yes. Go attack here, although probably getting on the point here is going to be better. Yeah, the first build was better, I think, but this was a good experiment. It's good to test. You know, it's good to test. Maybe having an extra Chosen could have been helpful. Who knows? Is there any way I can hold on to that? His army is so haggard and raggedy. It's like literally just boar boys being called in, but so is mine. My army is really beat up as well. All right, let's get back on the point. We got, what, 13? So I'm going to have to save for like some desperate back cap or some shit. Yeah, we needed Grom to die. All right, so let's get in there, do this. Changebringers definitely didn't get it done as much this game. Yeah, was not quite there. The curse of the rematch. Do we hold on to the point? Oh, Grom's back. Yeah, look at him. He's healing capped at like 10% or something. Hold, minions, hold. A lot of WOG in here. A lot of WOG. And it looks like the finals will be Greenskins versus somebody else. Because we tried our best, and we learned a lot about TZEENTCH today. I think I need to practice this matchup more. I definitely like the Changebringer, though. I actually am almost thinking like a flying blue caster to just snipe Grom and snipe the wizards and stuff. Burning Head was more cost-effective. Yeah, it was. The Vortex was good, though. The main reason I went for that is because I wanted to... GG, I don't know why I'm still here. is try out the double chariot character. GG, well played. Good luck in finals, G. Well earned. Okay. So, yeah, the Exalted Flamer was really good. Holy shit. So today we learned a lot, had a good run. 2,400 on the Exalted Flamer of TZEENTCH. Talk about Bread City on that guy. Holy shit. And then the Chosen, 1,300, and only 400 on the other one. Feels bad. Chariot characters, about paid for themselves. We didn't get any Bunas. If we had gotten a Buna or two, that actually could have turned the game around. But, you know, you gamble and that's what you freaking get. Sandagors did fine. Changebringers did really good. Man, if we had like a blue Firecaster and like a Kindle Flame synergy or something, holy shit. That's very good. I think there's plenty of options. Grom gives immune to psychology though. Works fine. But can't work. Yeah, the Book of Secrets failed us this time. All right, so that's going to be finals. Host game is spectator. Hosted a spectator here, and let's go ahead and get Homeboy in there. Okay. Oh, his hag definitely got value. Yeah, Buna's pretty good at killing Changebringers. It definitely is not bad. Okay, where are we at? So, do we know who the other finalist is? Really enjoying TZEENTCH though, man. TZEENTCH is fun. Very fun faction to play. Lots of cool strategies. So Orange Pest and Maximilian are playing right now. So we're gonna see who's gonna get it in the finals. Both of you threw down real hard. Yeah, we did. It was good. Grom just narrowly escaping was rough. But you know, it's what Grom does. He heals, he's tanky, you know, it's his whole thing. So you shouldn't be surprised if he escapes. Watch him as he throws. The TZEENTCH chariot heroes were good, I think. I liked them. I liked them a lot. They were hard carries on a lot of the games today. They had good runs for us. Oh man, one sec. All right. I'm sweating out all the sin right now, guys. Just sitting in here, just bathing in my own sweat. All the Nurgle sin is being sweat out of my body. Yeah, the Bunas were good. Buna's very good against TZEENTCH. They have a lot of expensive targets that you would want to hit with it, including Changebringers. But the Exalted Flamer, I'm almost thinking like they got, what, 3,000 value? Maybe like a second Exalted Flamer would be better than the Changebringer, although the Changebringer just like ends games. If people mess up, like he almost messed up, that just, you know, puts the game out there here. Finals lobby. There we go. Okay. So I just need to find out what the map is. We're going to be casting the finals. Yeah, still, I'm almost all better. It's just a lingering cough after the fever and all that. Yeah. What do they call it? Post-viral cough or something? Yeah. I'm addicted to the Chaos Lord Cultist's TZEENTCH item. Yeah, it's not bad. Is it cold out in New York right now? Where are you, upstate? You in the city? In the realms of my forefathers. Let's see. Wow, those guys are having a sweaty duel over there. Orange Pest and Maximillionaire. Holy shit. The sweat is flowing through them. Did they change the Severed Claw in some way in the past? It's good. But against Greenskins, I don't know. Yeah. They have pretty good killy infantry, so squigs and stuff, yeah. But yeah, Severed Claw is still good. Alright. I have no idea what that means, Duska. I have no idea. Oh, you're in Yonkers. It's only 55 here, huh? Let me see. Yeah, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see where it is, where I am. Yeah, it's about 50, 55, 56 here. It's a little warmer, but you know, that's what you pay for in California. That's, you know, yeah, that's why you don't save any money, is because you get the sun. So you just, you know, you pay the price. Lots of storms and rain in the Midwest. Yeah, it's been some crazy weather. Now we just need aliens to show up. You know. Yeah, it's time. Tusk, all you ordered is some acknowledgement. All you have to do is ask, dude. Remember when Kairos used to have regrowth? Oh my god. No, I don't think Tzeentch needs it. Tzeentch feels fine. Let's not go back to that evil, you know? Kairos with regrowth and Mutalith Beast was so annoying when that first came out. I mean, honestly, we did fine with Tzeentch tonight. We went 4-0 in regular rounds and lost to somebody we beat earlier. He adapted well, but like, I'm new at Tzeentch. I'm just learning them, and they feel very, very solid. Yeah, like no complaints. I didn't feel helpless in like any matchup. Like Nurgle, you can feel helpless, where you're just like, you know, everything's flying and falling apart and burning and yeah. Kairos can have regrowth back if the Empire gets a science vessel with EMP. Oh my god. Explorer reporting. That's what he used to say, right? Explorer reporting. Explorer reporting? Yeah, it was like some sort of voice line like that. He's like, excellent. Every Total War stream and I finally got recognized. You know, you were spamming the same message over and over, so I wasn't sure if it was like a bot or something, you know? If you typed a little bit more diverse rather than just the wiener cheese, the comment, I might have like thought, you know, I might have figured that out sooner, but okay. Oh no, Orange Pest, my Padawan was defeated. All right. Okay. Finals lobby. So here we go. And let's get it. We got Martinius versus Maximillionaire. I don't know if I know this Maximillionaire, gentlemen. Only one mutual server. We will find out, though. We will get to the bottom of it. We will figure out who they are. I should try and do a Galactic Battlegrounds tourney. Oh, a Vampire Count player. Okay. Huh. Vampire Counts, eh? Oh, yeah. Just responding to a message real quick. Perfect. I just shot you a message, Ross, by the way. I'm Defabot, yeah. We've all been there. So that's what do they call that? There's like some online saying for it, like the dead internet theory. Just gonna be hanging out with bots. Yeah, we're on our way. Our AI overlord's coming to take over, man. Game over, man. Game over. Alien 2 has so many good sayings and like little quotable moments. The game over, man bit, and yeah, the dropship pilot is fun. There's lots of really iconic like sci-fi stuff there. All right. We're there, yeah. Yeah. Finals just in time for dinner, yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, guys. Checking this real quick. I'm going to go grab some water so I can try and make it through this casting, and then we'll go from there. BRB. All right, guys, we're back. What's going on? What did I miss? What's new in the old Dread chat here? Anything fun and exciting? Greenskins versus Vampire Counts, though. It's a fun matchup. It used to be a little harder for Greenskins, but a couple updates and new units. And Vampire Counts have not been updated in 5 million years. So there's that. It looks like the Vampire Counts defeated the Tomb Kings in the last round. Vampires have actually had ways of defeating Tomb Kings even if double Sphinx is allowed. They can use the double Vargulf and Vampire character to kind of bully the Sphinxes a bit. And Cryptorers also can fend them off too. So there's some different tech like that. All right. I really like the recast of the Nurgle tourney. It was awesome to have a detailed breakdown. Yeah. We'll do more of that. And once this stupid cough is fully gone, I'm going to start recording the build guides. Yeah, for the factions that I'm focusing on, we'll do build guides. I would love to see tournament with another. Oh, you're talking about that old tournament we did with the mod where we had Araby and Albion and flying carpets and stuff. Yeah, that was some wild stuff. Okay. Who will draw blood here? Who will win? Is it going to be the big old double colossal squig? Going for the big greenskin monster play, which is always fun. Definitely no rogue idol. The rogue idol is just too bad. It's too slow. Oh, I need to know what the map is, by the way. So, Glade of the Everqueen. Okay. So Glade of the Everqueen's the map. They might have been waiting for me to switch it. It's very possible. Any MMA fights you've enjoyed recently? I haven't watched too much recently. Yeah, I mean, I watched the. Where is that one? Hold on, let me pull it up here. It's all a fever dream here. Where's that? What was the last fight I watched? It was, let's see. Yeah, the last fight I watched, I believe, was Ilya Taporia. No, was that? That couldn't have been it. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been a hot minute. No, nothing really that stood out to me too much. I've definitely fallen off the MMA wagon of watching the fights. Wow, holy shit. Triple black work, by the way. Look at that. I've just been kind of watching the highlights on Reddit for fights. That's why they don't stick with me as much. Yeah, there's some good ones coming up though, I think. Yeah, we'll have to see. Because I know that Ilya Taporia vacated his belts and moved up in weight, and then he's having trouble finding a fight now. Yeah, it might have been versus Max Holloway where he got starched. Yeah, I think that was the last full fight I watched, but that was a while ago. That was where I sat down to watch it. What are you playing for the next SFT? I don't know. I kind of want to master TZEENTCH, get a full understanding of the roster and the matchups and whatnot. All right. So, taking a look at the build here, ladies and gentlemen, in the grand finals of tonight's tournament. It's going to be Martinius with Grom the Punch. No surprises, Grom's tanky, but one of the big reasons people like him is because he speaks the language of the boys. Have you ever been in a game against a bunch of haggard greenskin, troops in the end game and wondering why they're not running? It's because of this fat man. He gives leadership and ITP. So I can't tell you how many games I've thought I would just win by terror-routing greenskins, and then I'm like, oh shit, their whole army is ITP here. So very, very good. And he's elusive. He's a good fighter. What's not to love? Black orcs for Martinius. Martinius plays greenskins like an absolute chad. He does have the triple black orc, which they will bash most of the vampiric infantry. They obviously don't want to fight ethereal units. Graveguard Grey Opens will probably trade even enough, but the WOG, they can get it done. Ruglad's Armored Air Boys, couple skirmishers, and that's it for the greenskin army. And looking here at the hordes of Maximilianaire. Maximilianaire here, going to be rocking the Strigoi Vampire Lord with the Gaze of Nagash and Invocation. And the rest of the build is going to be Corpse Carts with the Unholy Lodestones, double Forbidden Rod Necromancer. Extremely meta. If you're playing Vampire Counts, you basically don't leave home without these guys. You know, they're going to grab their old decrepit sausages. They're going to rub them nice and hard, and it's going to get you some magic, which don't ask questions. Don't wonder why it works. It just does. And it gives you wins magic as well as reserves, which is crazy strong, right? So it nets you a lot of wins magic over the course of a long game. And then you can unsummon them and, you know, bring them back and do it all over again. And vampire counts get very, very good stuff there. So Grom the Paunch in the trees. He's waiting to duel his Lord and Savior here, the Strigoi Vampire Lord. Strigoi Vampire Lord flying overhead. Does have the advantage of being able to jump Grom. But, you know, there's no infantry clearing spells. I mean, Gaze of Nagash is pretty good against Black Orcs. You could definitely use that. It's mostly sniping. It seems like Maximillionaire here is maybe thinking about sniping. Looking for blood. We're going to see if he gets it. Now, in the back, the Vampiric host moving up, calling in Cryptors right now. As in the back, Grom the Paunch lurks. He waits. His Black Orcs moving ever so slowly towards the objective. Ruggelad's Armored Arrow Boys. Wonder how they will be in this matchup. They do have 70 armor and good enough stats to fight off zombies and things like that, so that's kind of cool. But vampires are going to get their clutches on the objectives out of the gates. So we're going to see the double cap here. One going on objective 3, and objective 1 will be flipped for the vampires here in a second. So that's what's cooking. Now we get a call in back here. It's going to be Savage Orc Biggins, so actually going for very, very elite troop quality are the orcs. Not super meta. Normally, you know, you see like a wider, crappier army with like some monsters or... Actually, this matchup is kind of unexplored. It's not one that we see too often. All right, you don't see it too often. The Chad walking up the army, yeah, that's right. So, Grom the Paunch, you can see the nice little radius there, ready to support the boys. What magic is he using, by the way? I would guess probably death magic. Where's his wizard? So we do see the Savage Orc Biggins. We see all of the boys here. More Savage Orc Biggins. He's doing a bit of a build-up here, classic RTK stuff. And War Arrow Boys on their way out, and now he's going to be moving. He feels ready to go, and is going to be taking on the vampire's head on here. So they're moving and moving. And where the hell is his wizard? Does he not have one? You know, a buff wizard, death wizard, you know, Spirit Leech and Buna are both decent against vampires. If they call in Cab, you can Buna them, and if they just have SEs, you just, you know, Spirit Leech, which is great. So where is the Strigoi Vampire Lord going to go? What is he looking to do? Is he going to just go all in on the Lord sniping? And there's the Hag. Okay. I was going to say, if, you know, magic is very, very good against vampires. And everybody's favorite lunch lady is back, and she's pissed. You know, it's the 20th year in a row. The school district hasn't given her a raise. And, you know, she's going to be serving some sloppy joes once again. The sloppy joes are here. Orgums and Mangy Marauders, a little bit of poking into the Cryptors. Not bad. You know, get some... that much closer to the healing cap. And Grom's going to be getting nailed with the Gaze of Nagash, I believe. One sec, guys. Just got to clear my throat. Yes. So, Gaze of Nagash snipe on Grom the Paunch. Going to force him back in the trees. But, you know, that's his natural habitat. That's where Grom hangs out. He loves the bushes. That's his thing. Black Orcs with great weapons going to get into the zombies. And now the fighting is going to be starting in earnest here. So, there they go. The Skeleton Warriors forming a bit of a rank. You got to make sure you don't blob up too much, you know, or stack up these units. He's got a lot of Black Orcs stacked up here. The Archer line is functional. The Ruggelad's Armored Arrow Boys are getting some shots into the Corpse Cart, which I think is a good kill target. Taking away all those buffs and the vigor reduction and all that, I think is going to be quite sweet. We do see the Cryptors here being focus fired, and Broken Chest Mob is now going to be making its way in. Grom the Paunch charging in, and he uses Degraduns here, so a nice little buff for the boys. And then just dips out from there. As one Cryptor unit is going to be paying the price already. So that's a big grab there. Most of the value from Maximillionaire has been focused on sniping Grom. So we do see Grom, you know, so far just regenerating through most of that. So that value lead you do see for Max, probably not the most accurate. Black Orcs stacked up very heavily, taking some hard fights. But the Savage Orc Boys nearby should be able to help. And it looks like some of the bats going to be descending on the Orgrimm's Mangy Marauders. Meanwhile, we do see the Vampire Lord feigning interest in Grom the Paunch. So he basically descended from the skies there, you know, expressed that he wanted to get in there and snipe it, but obviously Martinius with his Boar Boys nearby was a little bit too ready. So the Greenskins holding it down here, but now they're going to get pushed on their home objective. Mainly trash units, but still a Cryptor is enough to be a threat. The boys definitely want to get that charge off. They have a charge bonus to 20, but it looks like they missed the charge, so it feels bad. But we're going to see if he can hold on to that other objective over there. In the meantime, the Wog is holding it down, and we do see the Fellbats being attacked by the Boar Boys, and the Squig Hoppers should definitely get on them. They'll kill them, reasonably quickly here. The Vampires do get a Mortis Engine in, which is really, really not good for the forces of the Greenskins, and there's going to be a Gaze and a Gash activated now, so Wog is activated. A sniping attempt on the Paunch misses. It actually, I think, hit some of the Fellbats there and didn't quite connect. So Fellbat's going to be disintegrating soon, but the Mortis Engine is getting way too much value. This thing is just feasting. And Martinius needs to go ahead and grab the Hag, move over, and start Spirit Leeching and boinking the Mortis Engine on the head. There you go. That thing's going to move over there. More Fellbats coming on in. Meanwhile, on the back objective, the boys and some goblins trying to hold back the Tide of the Dead, but that's definitely going to be favoring the undead there. Corpse Cart plus frickin' Cryptors and stuff, that's not good. Definitely loop those guys under, get a nice square charge on those Cryptors, and maybe turn the tide of that fight. So, errors need to get back online. Crypticals are just a summon. If that Mortis Engine is allowed to keep draining here, it's going to end the game probably. It's farming a ton of value off those Black Orcs, and being behind in value against vampire counts is really not a good thing. It's really, really quite bad, actually. Quite bad. So Grom gets through those, and now some of the archers are back online. The Ruggled's armored orcs are here. They're going to be shooting into the Mortis Engine, and on the backside, it looks like there's a little sneaky, but really good zombie summon. Beautiful. So Maximilianaire basically used the Raised Dead. So it was Lesser Raised Dead on the Necromancer right there to tar pit the Orc Boar Boys, and they're going to be circling around the back, as now the Night Goblin Squig Hoppers are going to be jumping on over towards Objective 2. So that is going down there. And yeah, the fight still rages on here. Greenskins are keeping it close. Spirit Leech activated on the Mortis Engine, and the bats are once again charged, but not before tying down the Ruggled's Armored Error Boys to shut down the shooting on the Mortis Engine. We still have, a fair amount of healthy Greenskin units here, healthy-ish. Wog activated again. That's a shit ton of DPS. This, really just heavy brick of elite Greenskin infantry. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, they're cutting through the Cryptors and getting a lot of damage in there. Meanwhile, on the back objective, we do see Martinius holding it. He gets a nice rear charge, actually fully surrounds the Vampiric army with the Boar Boys, but they're shaken and stirred. Gaze and a Gash. Holy shit! Oh my god! Grom the Paunch just got nailed in the back by that frickin' Gaze and a Gash. That was disgusting. Oh my god. Well, he's here now, and he's going to be trying to give a leadership up, but at this point, you're going to have to be very careful. He still has a lot of room before his healing cap, but this Strigoi Vampire Lord really, really going for the sniping. We're going to see if it pays dividends. I mean, I got Grom to 1%, but Grom is elusive. Grom finds a way. Grom is the Jurassic Park. Nature finds a way. All right, some Mortis Engine here getting popped. That was a brutal amount of damage. I mean, that could totally turn the tide of the game if Grom gets killed by that Strigoi Lord. It might come to the point where you want to just hide Grom in the trees to make sure that doesn't happen, because it's not worth the liability of having him out there, In the backfield, more bats jumping on top of the Error Boys, as Invocation does go down here on the Mortis Engine, and the Black Orcs continue to chew through the Skeleton Spearmen. So they're doing it. Orc Boys here, fighting it out. Vargulf, though, is a nice little scary presence there. As we do see Grom the Paunch getting ready to escape. Yeah, Chariot moments. Yeah, it happens with Chariots. They've often gotten double tapped. It's just part of the game now, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So Grom's going to be trying to hump this pillar, which I think is a good idea. He's going to get nailed here. Is he going to dodge this? Probably not. I think that's going to be a direct hit. Yep, it hits him there. He's very low, 15 HP. 1500 HP, excuse me. Yeah, this is time where you run into the trees and just let Grom sit. And the upside of doing that is, all the value and, investments that the vampires have done in trying to snipe your Lord is going to be moot, right? Because, he's just going to be living and providing that Lord penalty. Although, I don't know, it looks like Martinius, a little bit of a very strange lapse in micro for him. In my game, he was so good at running away with Grom, but he just leaves him idle there for 10 seconds next to an enemy anti-large Lord. That was a very unorthodox blunder by Martinius, but it happens, and that could cost him the game. I think it actually will, as a matter of fact. We can see the Mortis Engine was finally killed. It did finally get taken down, but not before it did a lot of draining, and on the backside, Grom is fleeing. He might rally, though. Grom might actually come back, and here, the Green Tide is holding valiantly against the swaths of the undead, but the amount of healing they've gotten is pretty nuts. Having the Necromancers there, if fighting in combat, is also very haggard, but it doesn't matter. He's made enough good plays otherwise that it's not really going to cost him. So Grom rallied. Okay, so now the Greenskins are not out of the game yet. The fact that their Lord is still online here gives them a little bit of a fighting chance, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. A couple Black Orcs still anchoring, but, Cryptors are a pretty good counter against them. One sec, guys. Got to clear the old throat. All right. But yeah, very, very dangerous stuff. Grom the Paunch, waiting in the trees. Looks like some boar boys have come out. He's going to be trying to get a critical mass. Fellbats are scouting here for the vampire count, so they're going to be eyeing it. And we do see another Spirit Leech going down. Spirit Leech activated onto the corpse cart, but that's going to be it. GG, well played. Vampire counts getting the win. Nice stuff indeed. Yeah, looks weird indeed. GG, well played. Good stuff. You know, he stayed consistent to the sniping, but really what went south for Martinius was investing heavily in elite infantry and then just having him sit in a mortis engine for like 5 minutes. You know, that was too much. Yeah. GG, well played. Grom tried to give a little something. Maybe Grom isn't the choice in that matchup, you know? I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't really play Greenskins too much, but it was a great attempt. Both players played some good stuff, and I had a lot of fun with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the TZEENTCH action. I had a great time playing TZEENTCH tonight. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow probably. We're going to be back to our regular streaming schedule. It's getting better day by day, so we gotta fight off Nurgle's rot. You know, we gotta shake the old Nurgle's rot. Yeah, but the Mortis engine was farming 4 elite infantry, like 3 Black Orcs and a frickin' what's it called? Savage Orc Biggin, among other things, you know. Yeah, let's see the value on it. 2100 value Mortis engine for sure. Sniping Grom was big too, but yeah, I'm gonna rest a little bit. No FFA right now. No FFA right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy, get some dinner. But we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. Got some fun news coming up too. Some fun upcoming events, and of course, big season final culmination for last season. As soon as I can, you know, schedule it and know that I'm going to be good. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I appreciate you all. Thank you for all your support, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing TZEENTCH. If you enjoyed this stream, do drop a like on the way out. It helps quite a bit. Helps keep the old man going. And thank you guys for your donations today. We had a huge $100 donation and a $40 donation as well. A couple other smaller ones. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And for all of you guys with your green names in chat, our channel members, couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the other side. That is it. Take care of yourselves. And, you know, the changer wills it. It all went as planned. All right. Cheers, and see you guys around.
Thank you.